No sound. All right. How about now? You got me? Testing. Still no sound at all? Okay, so we're good now. You got me. So all that heartwarming blood stuff I just talked about, nobody even got to hear. All right. Take two. Let's do it. This is the second time. All right. So now that we got sound and we got the sound issue out of the way, let me start over. You know, I before we get going on the show tonight, I got to thank a few people that made this possible. You know, I was saying, and obviously, you guys couldn't hear me, so I'll say it again. Is I want to thank, you know, there was several people that made this possible tonight, and hopefully, it just continues to grow, you know, into something that we can all just have fun with. That's the only reason I'm doing this. But it all was, you know, started with OD and the Woo Pig podcast. I was the first time ever when I was, you know, thought I could go on and talk about sports with people, and they allowed me to come on and were nice. And so that started this whole, you know, this idea in my head that, you know, maybe I can do this one day. And that was a couple years ago. Then, you know, I happened to find Mo's podcast, and I had to say, Mo's got one of the best families, you know, in the communities in this whole podcast game. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be doing this, because you guys have made me feel welcome, and your support and your, you know, showing up tonight to my first show on my own is means a lot. So, you know, I really appreciate you guys. And Mo for all the behind the scene works Mo's done to make this possible tonight. And I have to give big thanks to, I'm just saying, you know, we did the watch parties, you know, we've been working together. We did all last year. We did watch parties through football, baseball, and basketball. And, you know, it helped me kind of get out of the whole shyness of being on screen and whatnot, because, you just got to do what you got to do, man. And so I just want to give them guys a big thank you for being there for me and making it such an easy start to have my own show here. And again, I cannot tell you guys enough that I appreciate all you guys' support and your love, because without you guys, I'll be talking to myself, and what fun is that? So again, thanks to everybody that made this happen. And so let's just get into it, man. The goals of the podcast here is, I started out, I'm a redneck with a computer, man. I'm just trying to get in where I fit in. And so the graphics are not as fancy now, but you got to start somewhere. And the show will get better as we go, and because I just got to feel it out, see what my style is going to be. But my biggest thing is I want to get you guys involved faster, to give you guys more time to talk, and so you can say more. It just gives you another night to get on and express your opinions. And as long as we do it respectfully and work, and keep everybody on track, we ain't gonna have no problems. So without further ado, I'm gonna bring up what we're gonna be looking at come Saturday with the number 4 Texas A&M Aggies coming to town, and see if the Hogs can handle. I mean, this is gonna be wild, because I did some digging, and I looked at some stats, and Texas A&M is legit. If you can see here, Marcel Reed, their quarterback, he's 102 for 170, 12 TDs and 4 interceptions. Taylor Green's right there with him, and actually Taylor Green's got better passing yards. They both have, close to the same interceptions. So, I mean, is there really an advantage there to us? I think Taylor Green comes out with a little bit of a leg up because he has the legs. Marcel Reed doesn't seem to rush as much as what Taylor Green does. So I think that gives us a little edge there, but we'll circle back to that later, because there's a caveat to that Taylor's going to have to deal with this week, that he didn't have to deal with in Tennessee. Now, the rushing yards, Mike Washington, he's our beast. He's got 80 carries, 5 touchdowns. But they got Moss that's got 70 carries and 6 touchdowns. And he's got less yards. So it's one of those things that we're right there. These teams are a lot closer on offense than you would think. For us to be 2-4 and then to be 6-0 offensively, you wouldn't, if you just looked at the offensive numbers, you wouldn't think that. It's the other side of the ball that is keeping us down, more or less, and it's keeping them up, because when I flip it to the defense and I'm going to show the defense and offensive rankings nationally, and you'll see it's just not even close. Their leading receiver is Carver. He's got 32 receptions for 4 touchdowns, 634 yards receiving. Ours is Omega Blake. He's got 464 yards, 35 receptions, and 3 touchdowns. Again, receptions and touchdowns were pretty close, but they're beating us on yards there. Again, we're staying pretty close. We're going to have to watch their defensive end, Howell, here. Dude has got 8 sacks on the year. Quincy Rhodes got 5. We gave up 5 last week in Tennessee. So that Nevada County Hawk says Moss is out with an injury. Oh, well, from what I understand, both of their running backs are like RB1s. So I don't know if that really does us any favors, but that is at least one guy we don't got to worry about then. So that's a good call there. their linebackers, both of our linebackers are making a lot of tackles. Dix leads the team with 44 for Arkansas, and York with 39 for the linebackers. But there could be a great equalizer that we got to talk about happening Saturday that, it's either going to, well, I'll leave that for the discussion, but we'll see how it works out. But if you look, Texas A&M is coming in off of a 34-17 victory over Florida. And they beat Mississippi State 31-9. The only team that's held Texas A&M down, if you will, is Auburn. And Auburn had a bunch of sacks in that game, and I didn't get to watch that game, but obviously it was a lot closer than any other game that A&M has played. You see what Notre Dame did to us in our house, and they went to Notre Dame and beat Notre Dame. So, it's one of those things, man. Being a Hogs fan gives you PTSD. Trust me. I am with everybody on that. And then obviously we're coming off the 34-31 loss to Tennessee. I think we've hashed out enough this week. We know what happened there. 5 sacks, 3 turnovers, 4 fumbles, and maybe a couple calls that we shouldn't have, that should have went the other way. But as far as coaching decisions, so yeah, it's going to be one of those games Saturday. And the one thing we got to say is Bobby Petrino is not lost to Texas A&M. I do believe anytime he was here at the head coach of Arkansas, he won all 3 times, I think it was, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe he can turn it around, but I got some questions for the panel for that, and you in the chat. I'm going to try to keep you in the chat involved too, because I want you guys' opinion also. So if we look at if we go up here and look at the ESPN, what they got ranked offensively, how are you ranked in the top 10 in offense, averaging 511 yards a game, and you 2-4? Well, we all know how that happens, but it's just go figure. Arkansas gonna Arkansas. But if you look at Texas A&M offensively is where'd they go? They were down here a little bit. There they are. They down in the middle of the pack. They're averaging 458 yards a game, 265 through the air, almost 200 on the ground, and 34 points a game. So theoretically, we should be able to stay with them scoring, but till I hit this other tab right here, and then you see it to see, Texas A&M's defense is in the top 20. They give up a total of 294 yards a game. I think, in my opinion, this is probably going to be the best defense we're going to see for sure up until this point. And it, might be, LSU's right there, and Texas is above them. So I wouldn't say all year, but Texas A&M is put together. They're playing good ball. So that's what I was talking about earlier, is when we were so close together on offense, but the difference in our two teams is defensively. Defensively, we can't stop anybody, and they can. And I would say the other thing on our team is well, I'll get into that in a minute. But yeah, so we look at you look at that, and it's just crazy how different we are as far as defensively, and how similar we are as on offense. So that was what I wanted to look at there. And Transplant Texan says fumbles. These players need to hold that loaf of bread like they are starving. Bro, for real. That goes without saying. And I'm going to ask you guys in the chat, It's supposed to rain Saturday. The thunderstorm. If it rains Saturday, does that help or hurt the Hogs since we can't hold on to the ball when it's dry? So let me know in the chat what you guys think. Does it help or hurt the Arkansas Razorbacks, or does it help or hurt Texas A&M? You know, who's going to benefit from the rain if it rains Saturday? Put it that way. And if we look at Texas A&M's schedule, you know, which we already did, so we did that. So I'm going to go ahead and drop this link in the chat, and we're going to get this panel started so I can just get into the questions, because ain't nobody want to just look at stats all day. So hit that. If you want to call in, and I'll get you put into a camera, and we will get the questions going. Yeah, Tonka, correct. The rain means heavy running attack. Well, you got thoughts on that? You come on in, and I will surely let you have. Hey, B Hall, my man, let me get you in here. What's going on here? All right, here, let's go. Put in B Hall. There he is. Put in Tonka Todd. And we'll bring in Arky Joe.
I want to say congratulations on your first live stream, buddy.
I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate it. I really do.
Man, you know, I was so excited, Sarge. I combed all four of my hairs.
What? Just for me?
Just for you. All four of them.
That's awesome, bro. That's a lot of respect right there. I agree. Let's see. Make sure I got everybody here. Yep. Okay. Yeah, if you want to call in, there's more room, guys. So feel free. But we're gonna get rolling with the distinguished guests I have, and we will add you as you come.
Wow, he called us distinguished.
Wow, makes me glad I took a shower.
See, you broke both hair, all the four of them hairs for a reason.
That's right. That's right.
So what do you guys think on? We'll start off first. Is that's hey Hog Wild, man. You don't got to worry about that. Come on in if you want to. The kids welcome here too, man. So let's talk about the rain. So, we'll start with you, B Hall. Do you think the rain is going to affect this game one way or another in the outcome of this game if it rains? Now, it's a 60% chance, so you know how Arkansas is.
Well, it usually does rain up there when it does say it's going to rain. So, but I think it can affect the game, especially with Taylor trying to throw the ball and already kind of been inconsistent. And him trying to run with it, I think causes more of a risk for him to end up losing the ball or making some bad throws.
Right.
So, but I think it does benefit us to a way with the run game because I like our run game, but I don't really know too much about Texas A&M if they are good at stopping the run or what their weaknesses are. So that's my thing.
I know this. What I did look up is they got a pretty stout defensive line. It's way better than I don't know if it's way better, but I think it's as good, if not better, than Tennessee's was.
I guess my question would be to me is can our offensive line hold up against their D line then?
That's a good question. We're going to get into that. Tonka, what do you think about the rain, bro? Is it going to help us, hurt us? Is it going to help Texas A&M? Is it going to hurt them?
Well, you know, if it rains, that means it's going to be a heavy dose of the run game, right? and the run game is an offensive lineman's best friend. Offensive linemen love to run the ball. And when you have a backfield in Arkansas of two backs that have been known to cough up the ball, that means going into this game in rainy conditions, they get a great chance to prove themselves and wash away, pun intended, past mistakes of fumbling the ball. I actually think it favors Arkansas if it rains more than Texas A&M.
Okay. My thing with that is as Connor would say, with Jack Sparrow running the ball, with a wet ball on top of that, we're gonna have a little bit of problems when it comes to that. But you never know. So we'll see. But what about you, Joe G? And I got you. I'm gonna fix you here in just a second.
I think it looks good on YouTube. I think we're good. I was looking at Ecamm. But playing in the rain never just, I would say, help anybody. But in this case, I think it hurts us just a little bit more, just because we're guaranteed to have some type of insecurity in the ball handling part of the game.
Hey, Connor, the link is in the chat. Excuse me, Joji. I just letting Connor know the link's in the chat, Connor, if you want to join whenever you get time. Hey, I'm just saying. What's up, bro? I gave you a shout out.
I don't think that it's going to help either team, but man, we can have perfect weather and can't hang on to the ball. So,
Angel said it.
It's hard to really say that Arkansas is at an advantage with any type of adversity, regardless of what it is. I think that the game's going to be a lot closer. It's going to be a lot lower scoring because of the rain. Just because you're not going to be able to throw the ball up and down the field. I think that helps us as far as that goes by slowing Texas A&M down. And if we can hold on to the football, this could be another Tennessee type of game, 34-31, something like that. Just because of the weather. If it doesn't get rain delayed, it's supposed to be thunderstorm, and they may post it off, and it might be a night game.
Yeah. They're talking some severe weather too, so it could be lightning delayed, and it could be, a significant problem for a little bit anyway. But I'm just saying, I appreciate it, man. I got you, bro. Don't work too hard. Wish you was able to join us for my first ever live stream. But yeah, hey, Hog Wild, man, appreciate you coming through, bro. The support means a lot, man. I promise you.
Got you, big dog.
So I do appreciate you coming to spend some time with us, man. So the question was, so what helps? Does it help? Does the rain help us, hurt us, or help A&M or hurt A&M? Who's going to benefit if it rains?
I think it could be us, because I don't think you're going to see Talon holding the ball like that no more. Bobby probably popped him on the back of the head.
I would hope so.
I think Braylon can really punish the middle of that D line. That's a big man, and you think it's hard to tackle him now when he's dry? Wait till he's soaking wet with the rain.
Yeah. Go ahead, Joji.
Oh, I was just saying that's a good point. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Put a little baby oil on their arms too while we're at it.
Right.
Is that illegal?
Hey, that's what I used to do in high school. I used to shave the hair on my arms and everything, put a little baby oil on there. I was slippery.
Yeah.
I'm over here looking like Wilson from Home Improvement.
That's it. Well, we need to do like they did on any given Sunday. Was it any given Sunday when the dude couldn't catch the ball and he's like, it looks like
No,
just
that was the replacement.
the replacements. Yeah, puts the stick them all in his hands. Coach, it looks like I just jerked off an elephant.
Yeah.
Sorry, I should. I had all my soundboard up tonight to have all my little things, but that was what was causing me to you guys not be able to hear me so I got to get that situated. So I don't have my I don't have all my little sounds.
Angel,
what are they gonna do? Put you in football jail?
Angel said he can't hang on to a dry ball. Well, with those gloves, Angel, when they get wet and you touch that leather on that ball, it turns into like super glue.
Yeah, it does. But
and plus, guys, if you go, I'm sorry, if you go back and watch Texas A&M's defensive line, they're tough. Yes, they are going to be the best defensive line we've seen all year. Their front seven is going to be the best front seven defensively Arkansas has seen all year. But that doesn't mean that defense is unbeatable. The way Elko runs his defense is everybody has a gap they're responsible for. He just disguises who is covering what gap in the run game and who's covering what gap when they blitz, right? His defensive scheme is all about disguise, right? Because he's trying to trick the quarterback. But they can be run on the B gaps.
Right.
You can have success against Texas A&M on the B gaps because you're outnumbering a defensive tackle, basically, especially when you pull. And Arkansas loves to pull Carmona. They love to pull their other guard, right? They like to pull two guards at once. And that's why I think I've got a sneaking suspicion about this game if it rains. But that's why I think that's why I think the rain could favor Arkansas is simply because of the way our offensive line plays and how our running backs run the ball. Because, guys, remember, our running backs didn't just drop the ball because they wanted to. Every single fumble by the running back was caused by a really good tackle. Also, keep in mind, A&M secondary is not all that good. Most of the scores that came on Texas A&M come from 40-plus yard pass plays. So their secondary can get got. We don't have a quarterback that can make those throws, but they can get got that way. But I think if it rains, I don't even care if they load the box. I think advantage goes to Arkansas.
Okay, let me ask this to you guys, and we'll start with B Hall up there. Damn, Tonka, you've made the point, and I just caused me to lose my question.
My bad. That's my bad.
You're good. What is I was listening to you while I had my question, and I was trying to I got a smooth brain. I'm not real smart, so I can't. It's hard for me to do two things at once. But I would say, what do you guys think is? Oh, here it is. Does Bobby and a team give fans a reason to stick around after halftime at this home game? B Hall.
Depends on how many fans show up, though. That's the real thing.
That's
how many are going to really be there. So,
yeah, that's.
But I think this. If it's close or we have the lead a little bit, maybe I don't know what the score is going to be looking like. But if it's close, I expect the fans to stick around. Which truthfully, I expect there to be probably quite a bit fans since it's going to be Bobby's Petrino's first time back under as a head coach. So he's not just a offensive coordinator now. He's a interim head coach. So I mean, I think that's going to bring a little bit more attention. Probably not a whole lot, but a little bit. But if we keep it close, I mean, I'm expecting a big crowd. So
Tonka, what say you?
Well, you know, against Tennessee, I said Arkansas would score in the second half, which they hadn't really done that much of up until that point. I'm going to say Arkansas historically has always played Texas A&M close, going all the way back to when I was a young lad in short pants during the days of the Southwest Conference. Arkansas and A&M were always close games, always. With
Yeah.
that said, I think Bobby starts pulling some tricks out of. I think he pulls a rabbit out of the hat in the second half of this game. I think Bobby has never liked Texas A&M. He has taken great joy in beating the pants off Texas A&M when he was the head coach here last time, and I think that was like part of his calling card, right? And I think he's looking for any chance to recapture Old Glory at Arkansas. So yeah, I think he's got some tricks up his sleeve in the second half, and I'm going to call it right here, guys. Arkansas is going to score not once, not twice, but 3 times in the second half against Texas A&M.
Woo, that's a bold statement. So, Joe G, what say you? Do you think we gonna have a stadium full of people after halftime? Or are we gonna be emptying out?
This is going to be a little bit different take, but I think the weather is going to have a bigger part in it than Arkansas's play. The fact that if it's going to be raining or, you know, bad weather, Arkansas fans don't need much of a reason to sit at home anymore. And I think it's going to be really hard to put 70,000 people in a stadium, even in the first quarter, where they got to sit there and get soaked. Because the one thing a fan hates worse is for it to be miserable conditions and then still get beat.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the weather is going to have a big play in how many people's actually going to remain in the bleachers. Be a good time to have clubhouse seats. I know that.
That's a fact.
Ain't got to worry about the weather, but the other 75,000 people, if it you know gets packed out, there ain't very many places you can go to get out of bad weather on Donald W. Reynolds Stadium. That security will let you actually have access to anyway.
Right.
So if the Hogs are getting outplayed, the stadium will be absolutely empty if it's raining by the end of halftime. I mean, empty. They'll wish we had as many people as they did in the second half of Notre Dame.
Right. Hog Wild YT, what do you say?
I think Texas A&M is going to find out what it's like to play in Vietnam.
You calling it?
I think they're going to pack the house, and if we're up on Texas A&M, and we win, you're going to see all of those fans. We're going to get a $500K fine.
Yeah.
Because Vietnam's about to be packed out for Bobby P's first return as a head coach.
So you saying he got all that support?
I think he will.
I can't argue that.
He's got more support than Pittman.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I will say this, y'all. Dan Mullen was interviewed this evening, and he was asked about the Arkansas job, and he said there is a 0% chance that he comes to the University of Arkansas. If he goes anywhere, it'll be right back to UNLV next season.
Yeah, I did see that interview.
That interview looked like he was full of crap.
Yeah, but he said that same thing when he left his last job, I think, too.
Yeah.
He
So,
said the
you
same
know,
thing when he
Coaches
left
lie.
Mississippi State.
Coaches
yeah,
lie about
you
that
you
stuff.
you have to take that with a grain of salt
Nick,
because
Nick Saban said, I'm going to be a Miami Dolphin. I'm a Miami Dolphin. I ain't
right.
taking the Alabama job. 3 weeks later, introducing Nick Saban as the Alabama head coach.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
So, all right, Connor.
Just-
You can give a take on both since you weren't here for the first one. Does the rain help or hurt either team? And are we going to have anybody in the stadium at halftime at this home game?
Weather definitely hurts Arkansas, especially with ball control. Listen, A&M. There's a reason why they're undefeated. There's a reason why they beat Notre Dame 41-40. Their defense is just good enough to keep them in games, keep them competitive, and win games. And their offense is just good enough to get past good defenses. And we saw that against Notre Dame. Notre Dame has a good defense. Held you to 17 points, I think. I could be wrong. And then they blew the doors off of you with 56 points or something like that. So I'm going to sit here and say this. Yeah, it can be a close game because we've got a decent offense, but we have no defense. Period.
Yes. I mean,
so the fact is that it will hurt us. This weather will hurt us moving forward. Well, specifically this weekend because, like I said, we can't hold on the ball, and you don't know technically how sure-handed your receivers are. In all honesty, I mean, Omega Blake's going to catch the ball. Raylan Sharp can catch the ball, but Cam Shanks, if he's catching them with his body, if he gets one up high and he goes to catch it with his hands, we don't know how good he is with his hands.
right.
Power on Broden.
So
Hog Wild did say that last night. He said he's a short, tight Broden.
So I just don't genuinely believe that, especially with Taylor Green not being, a lock at throwing, dimes to our receivers. I don't know how well we perform in weather offensively. And defensively, you can already say it's chalked because we can't perform if we're on the field for, more than 25 minutes. So if the defensive if the offensive possession is under 30, we're going to have a very serious problem on our hands.
Yeah, I agree. And just so you know, I did reference your Jack Sparrow running earlier before you got here with Taylor because you are right. That was funny last night when you said that. Because that is exactly what he kind of looked like running down the sideline with that ball hanging out there. I got a jar of dirt. I got a jar of dirt.
Yeah,
I got a jar of dirt.
That's not the first time we've seen this.
Yeah,
it's not the first time we've seen this.
Right.
And it happened last year a lot too. So my thing is that from Bobby, if I'm the fan base and if I'm the board of trustees or whatever, I said this in the Discord, in Mo's Discord today. If you want Bobby, I can get behind hiring Bobby. I understand that, but he's your anchor hire. He's the guy at the bottom of your list where if you go through 5 or 6 coaches that you want and you can't get for whatever reason, then you hire Bobby. He is your last resort as a head coach. And
Nisha, are you laughing at me? You laughing at my singing, Nisha?
It's evident because of a few things. Bobby P, the way he did Pittman. Now I get that there were some other things, other reasons that he got fired or whatever. Sure, but Bobby P didn't help that situation, especially in the second half of those games.
Right.
And not utilizing the talent on your roster was in my opinion the biggest factor for me of why I don't want Bobby.
Okay.
Coaching this football.
Let me ask this because this was asked earlier in the chat, and I kind of want to see what you guys think about this because it's a good question. I don't know if it is in a situation to where this happens, but it could. Basically, it was. I'm trying to see who said it so I can give them their props for it. But let me see if I can find it real quick. You guys talking so much in chat. I love it, man. That's if I got to scroll this far up to find something, I am. We're doing good, so I appreciate all you guys. Okay, here we go. Hawk fan Shane. I wanted to give you your shout out, man, because it was your question. What if Bobby decides, you know what? I don't want the job. Good luck. Could that be a scenario where he says, you know what? I know I'm not going to last here long, even if you do offer me a job, or I'm not going to get the support that you say you have. And what if he just says, nope, I'm out? Is that a scenario that could happen? B Hall.
It's not off the table, but the chances of that probably likely of happening is probably low, probably extremely low. He wouldn't try to he wouldn't come back to Arkansas. First of all, second of all, he wouldn't have tried to got Pittman out of his job if he really didn't want it. So I mean, I really look at it like this: if you done all that just to leave, then what was the point?
Oh my God, Miss Kathy is in my first ever live stream.
What up, Miss Kathy?
Miss Kathy, thank you very much.
Hey, Miss Kathy.
I appreciate your support, Miss Kathy, and for you even finding me, that is awesome. I thank you very much.
But
You better look out, sir.
I mean,
you're gonna be right
not
up there
off.
with SEC folks.
Yeah,
I mean,
in my dreams. Go ahead, B Hall. Go ahead. We got.
I'm over here. My tongue keeps pausing. Again, make it easy, short. I don't think it's. I don't think it's. I didn't cuss.
No, he's doing good.
No.
I B Hall. I will say though, as soon as I get my soundboard working, I got a button just for you though. I installed a button just for you, bro. Just so you'll see it hopefully next stream when I'll get it lined out and I'll have it for you. So it's just to give you, I gotta troll you, bro. I love you, but I gotta troll you a little bit. But it's fun. It's funny. It's gonna be funny. Trust me. But go ahead, man. Finish.
It's not off.
Finish what you're saying.
It's not off the table, but I think it's very low possibility for him to do all this work just for him to leave. I mean, that'd kind of be pointless and that would look stupid on him, truthfully.
Yeah, I agree. Tonka, what do you say?
Well, B-Hole's right. I don't think he would have done everything that he allegedly did to get certain staff members, including the head coach, gone to take over just to tell the University of Arkansas, yeah, I'm good, thanks, and leave. Unless he truly told us the truth when he said he did not want to be a head coach, that he was happy to be an offensive coordinator, and maybe it was his competitiveness and seeing the absolute dumpster fire that was happening behind the scenes. And he was like, look, the only way I can save this football program and do what I want to do and redeem my name in this state is to pull a mutiny to help clean house to make things better for the next guy. Now, do I think that's the case? No. No, I think 100%. If he was offered the job today, he would say, where do I sign?
Okay. Yeah. And I could rephrase that question. Did that to that very statement is would he, if he was offered a job today by your check, would he take it? Or would he say, nope, I'm out? So it's one and the same. So Joe G, what do you say?
I don't think there's any chance in the world that if he's offered the job that he turns it down, just because we will be the first school in 11 years to offer him another head coaching job. Nobody wants him as a head coach anymore. If he wants to coach football, if he lied to us and he wants to be a head coach, this is his only chance. No one else is calling Bobby Petrino anymore.
That's a good thing.
And I think it's I think it's kind of wild that his only opportunity to be a head coach is kind of because of a default button, not because he earned it this time. So the only thing, Texas A&M had the opportunity to interview them as the head coach, and they wouldn't even interview him for a head coaching position after he took the intern 2 years ago, which is why he came to Arkansas. And I think Bobby knows that his days of being a coach is going to be just about nil after the University of Arkansas. So if they offer it to him, I think he takes it just to put more money in his bank account, regardless of the outcome, because he ain't going to be going nowhere else.
Yeah, that's a good take because you're most likely that's right. Hog Wild, what do you say?
Hell yeah, why wouldn't he take it?
Right.
I mean, it gives him. I mean, it's probably gonna be $6.5, $7 million job. I don't know if he's gonna get a buyout. Probably not.
But he's got unfinished business, I would say.
I mean, if you see him in the interviews, just look at his eyes in the interview. Look how dog tired he is.
Right.
He's trying his best. He's trying his best to turn around the program. I mean, he does. Look the way. I mean, I understand people do hate that he lied to us all those years ago and how he got emotional at the touchdown club. But I truly think that he wants Arkansas to be great. And he looks like he's working. He looks like he's working his ass off to make it be great.
I would agree with that because he does. But real quick, Connor, before I come to you, I'm just gonna say I do believe he also has, like Transplanted just commented a minute ago. Did him working behind the stoogeness of Pittman rekindle the fire of him being like, yeah, no, I got to go do this right.
Pissed off.
Yeah. So I agree.
Pissed off about how the place he built up has fallen so far.
Right. And I think that's why I think, I know like Nisha, and I love you, Nish, but
that's her favorite coach.
I know, but I can say if Bobby could you get another coach brought in here that has the passion and the drive to give his heart and soul to resurrect this program as you could find in what Bobby has already got here? That's we'll run that around the table here in a second, but Connor, go ahead.
First, I want to answer Miss Kathy's question. No, he is not hurt.
Yeah, he will be starting. Yeah, good. Thank you, because I was going to do that too, but yeah.
Yeah, he played very well against Florida, by the way.
Yeah.
I personally. So that's something else that you got to look at. I mean, Florida beat Texas, and A&M trounced Florida. So if that tells you anything, for what that's worth. Anyways, I'm going to take the Bobby P thing in a different direction than what everybody else is going because I can see something like this happening. It's very, very unlikely, obviously, but I'm all about making them bold takes and them statements. I think Bobby's doing this because yes, he sees how bad everything's going behind the scenes with the board of trustees, Hunter Yurachek, Pittman. He sees how this is going, and he has agreed to take over the head coaching position. But I also think he's still kind of, working the playing field, so to speak, with the board of trustees, maybe to take Hunter Yurachek's position.
Ooh.
And I could see that being the case because, a lot of people like Bobby P. He knows a lot about, what it takes to be a winning program to an extent. I think that, specifically in a football perspective, he definitely knows what it would take to, hire a competent coach. So I want to take it in that direction, thinking that maybe he's trying to, work his way into that role, taking Hunter Yurachek's spot maybe because let's be honest, he's already taken Pittman's job doing the same thing. What's one more step to take Hunter Yurchek's spot?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, if that's he would definitely know how to get a football program back on its feet. But I don't know that he has what it takes to run a whole athletic department. But
no, and like I said, it's very, very unlikely that it would happen.
Yeah.
But
Football
I
GM.
can see it happening.
Yes. Now, Hog Wild, I can see that, and I think he'd do pretty good at that too, because he does know how to build a program.
Spot
so
talent.
yes, and that he can do too.
And maybe they're just keeping him around for this season. They're going to let him play out there, coach out the rest of this year, and let him help Yurachek find a coach to bring in. And maybe they're trying to work some deal out to keep him as an OC or something. I don't know. We all don't know. But I mean, that's another avenue that we could take. Is like maybe they're getting Bobby P to help them on the side, bring in a head coach, and maybe he can work out a deal to stay on as an OC.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those deals where, like Transplant said, do you think Hunter Yurachek is going to help the next head coach have success too? The word on the street is Hunter Yurachek ain't going nowhere. I don't know how true it is, how this stuff, changes like the wind blows, but as of now, from what I understand, he's not going nowhere.
The Board of Trustees scheduled a meeting specifically over Hunter Yurachek's job for December 3rd. December 3rd, Hunter Yurachek will sit down with the Board of Trustees and they will discuss his future with the University of Arkansas. So
okay. I guess we'll know something by December 4th or 5th.
Just real quick, I just want to say this. If Yurachek stays as the athletic director before we find a new football coach, before Calipari leaves, before Dave Van Horn leaves, especially the baseball program, we already know that Yurachek does not like anything that has to do with the baseball program. He doesn't help them out in any aspect. He's already denied them extra seating. So what I'm going to say, I hope that he is not here when Dave Van Horn retires, because if he is, he'll find a way to fumble getting either Vitello or keeping Matt Hobbs in as the head coach. And if he goes another direction than Vitello or Matt Hobbs, this program is going to struggle to keep that level of competition going at the University of Arkansas baseball specifically.
Yeah. So let's throw this around. Do we think, and I guess we'll know after December, but as of right now, we don't know what one way or the other. Is Hunter Yurachek here to even make a hire, or is it going to be somebody like they did with Calipari? Tyson's going to go out and be like, "Hey, I'm going to give you this. You come on here." And Hunter Yurachek's just going to be there as the pawn, being like, facilitating he's like the intern of the situation. So who's going to do the hiring? Is it going to be one of our boosters, one of our, big donors, or is it going to be actually Yurachek, or is he going to be gone before they even make the hire? B. Hall.
Before I answer that, can I say something?
You can say whatever you want, bro.
All right, Nisha, you might want to cover your ears for this. Only said Nisha.
He's trolling you, man.
Don't say Franklin.
All right, so here's this. We talking about word on the street. Nisha, go ahead and cover your ears so you don't start crying over there about what you finna hear. So, some of y'all already know because I talked about it today, but for those who don't, since we want to talk about a word on the street is according from some sources to Tuss Talk with Ty, he said you don't know how true it is, but it seems pretty legit that that the boosters, all your boosters not just one or two. I know Joe G's probably gonna say something, but I'm just going based off what somebody has reliable sources that have told him that
Language.
all the boosters are backing up Bobby Petrino.
I'm telling you, man, we're being the cheap university we are when it comes to football. It seems like I can sit here and tell you I don't have a hard time believing what you just said because you're going to get Bobby at a discounted price. Because, like you just said, nobody in the country wants him as a head coach. So if we offer him the job, it's gonna be $5 or $6 million. You ain't gonna pay him more than you pay Sam, more than likely.
I
What
get
makes it
that
hard?
in all respects to that. I can understand that, but this is the thing. Trey Biddy said this. What was it yesterday about the coaching stuff? He said, "Yeah,
This one,
it's split. You got half people saying that the donors and the boosters are behind Pittman. You got Petrino. You got half of them are saying that they're behind Lashley. You got half of them saying they're behind Summerall. Nobody knows who they're backing right now.
Oh, I wish I had my soundboard.
I mean, I'm not disagreeing, but I'm what the Tell Talk with Ty came out with that yesterday about 6:30 on his cast. So I mean, he did say that too yesterday that his sources are telling him, and you can go watch it. It was posted yesterday
Look,
that
y'all got
all them
Nisha so
boosters are
mad she
backing
up
him.
here cussing. She don't. Nisha never says bad words, and look, she even typing them out.
But to
Niche.
answer your question, though, I think what it is I don't see Hunter Yurchek being here at the end of the year. I don't see him making the next hire just because of that. And also, I like we talked about earlier too. Some of us, I think the boosters put their foot down on the board of trustees and like, look, we're tired of y'all picking a guy, and it's not working out. So it's time for us to pick our guy. And I think that's what you're seeing is that the board of trustees are not going to be making the decision either. I feel like, truthfully, it's my speculation that the boosters are telling them you're going to let us make our pick, or you're just not going to get any money from us, and you can suffer without us.
Yeah, I agree. Tonka, what we got?
Minute.
Go ahead, Hog Wild, real quick. Go ahead.
I was gonna say the last time we trusted the boosters, we got 4-20.
Yeah, that's you right. You can't. I mean, numbers don't lie, bro. Tonka.
Dogs.
Language.
Yeah, I think y'all are cracking me up with the language trolling on my guy Behold. um, I don't see any situation at all that Hunter Yurchek is here next year. I don't. I think he's already lost the job, and I think he lost the job because he's burned bridges with boosters. He's burned those bridges by when boosters give him money, and they'll say, "Okay, I want this amount of money to go to this sport," and instead of honoring that, he takes the money and then divides it evenly throughout all sports at Arkansas. And I think he's done that a few too many times, and he's made boosters angry. So I think that's one of the reasons why Sam Pittman wasn't set up to succeed was because Hunter Yurchek does what Hunter Yurchek does and fumbles the ball, right? And so I think he's already sealed his case, and I think that when the meeting is held in December, the meeting is just going to be, thank you for showing up, Hunter. Clear out your office, you're fired. I think that's what the meeting is going to consist of.
Fact. Can't argue that. Joe G.
Y'all tell me if y'all have heard this. But
Nope.
when the NIL edge went down, they used the FOA, the FIOA, the Freedom of Information Act, to try to get the contract to see exactly what the fine print said between the parent company that was running NIL Edge and Eurocheck. And it's gone. Disappeared. Or never existed. So Hunter was allowing them to steal money, apparently from an under-the-table deal. Because the university don't have any contracts now to fall back on to continue even a lawsuit. And I think that that's the reason why they've pretty much told Hunter, hey, you can't prove that you didn't take it. And now there's not even a legal document that shows any transaction of the funds to have your back for anything you got to say. And I think that alone is why the board of trustees and the boosters, regardless of what name comes up, I don't think that they will give any money back to the university whatsoever backing anyone until Hunter Yurichek's gone. Because he's already he's done absolutely nothing to say that he can handle money or do what's right with money at the University of Arkansas, regardless of where it comes from.
That's a fact.
How in the world are you going to know that you've got an under the table deal with somebody and you get up and you ask for $1,200 a year from every fan? That is the worst cash grab operation I've ever seen. I know 18-year-olds on the street that make better business deals. So I think that the higher ups at the board of trustees have finally had enough with trusting Hunter Yurichek, and I think that the reason that the trustees aren't going to help the university has a lot more to do with Hunter Yurichek than it does on who the head coach is. I think that Hunter Yurichek blamed it on Pittman because wouldn't nobody give Hunter money. And he was just a fallout. But, I mean, YT's right. The last time a booster picked a head coach, we had Chad Morris here. So, Do we even have confidence that our boosters are going to be able to pick the right guy? Even if they do throw somebody's name out or back somebody, do we even have any confidence as a fan base and anyone to pick a decent coach at Arkansas?
Did somebody else just call in?
It was me.
Okay. All right.
My deal messed up.
All right, no worries. I gotta give a real quick shout out to a couple people real quick. Taiwan Porter, Brand, I appreciate your love, bro. I know you coming over from the Hog Wild family, so I appreciate you, man. Much love, bro. And I gotta give a shout out to Mr. Sarge. She's in the chat. Says it looks and sounds good. I don't know about that. I think you a little biased, but you know, I'll give you that. But thank you, and we appreciate it. So y'all
is that
the
Shawn
Sarge
Michaels theme song back behind you, Sarge?
Yeah, right. Give Mrs. Sarge some love in the chat, folks. I appreciate it. It's her first time. She don't ever even come into chats either, so she's just supporting her, supporting me. So I appreciate it.
Mama Sarge, good to have you in here.
Miss Kathy,
she's name up in there.
She's Miss Kathy. She's doing good. I appreciate you asking. I appreciate the prayers from everybody. She was dropped on the ground during cheer and had I guess you would call it grade 3 concussion. She was out for a few days, but she's back. She's fully healthy now, recovered, and she's getting ready to move on. She's like her daddy when I was young, a multi-sport athlete. She's ran state in track. She does cheer. She does softball now. She's getting ready to do softball. We're working on a scholarship to college for softball is my dream. And so she's doing good, man. I appreciate everybody asking, and I'm really proud of her. And we just had parent-teachers conferences tonight, and everything come back. She's making all A's and doing good. So I'm very proud of my daughter, my middle daughter, and my youngest daughter she's like Doogie Howser. She's gonna be in college by the time she's 16. And I don't know how that happened either because she ain't getting it from me. So,
hey man, Sarge, the kids are always smarter than the parents.
Bro, I tell you this, you give me a rifle and I can go handle work, but anything else, 2 + 2, I'm 5 all the way. And so,
Sarge said, "I ain't no rocket doctor."
No, and I ain't here. I ain't trying to blow smoke up nobody. I know. So yeah. Anyway, so now back to this Hog Wild. If you can even remember the question, go ahead, bro. Hey, and listen, this is free forum. If any of you guys got something you want to ask the panel, put it out there. We'll talk about it. I just don't, I'm not the only one that can ask questions here. You guys are free to ask your own questions, or if you got a scenario or something, put it out there and let's discuss it.
The death of Hunter Yurachek's time at Arkansas was when he went on stage in front of all the Little Rock big boosters and said, "We can't win a national championship right now because of how it's set up." So basically what he did was he called out all the boosters that hadn't been given money because they didn't trust Hunter Yurachek with the money. And you got this Blueprint Sports coming out saying that they were taking 15% of whatever we sent.
Yeah. I mean, really?
And I mean, like, what did they really do? Were these kids? I wonder why these kids were all getting late checks. Was it on Blueprint Sports, or was it on Hunter Yurachek skimming a little off the top before he handed over?
You know what that reminds me of, man? Real quick, is yeah. It reminds me of that. When I was younger. Before I went in the military, I used to work for a shady construction dude, and we'd go in and redo these people's houses and stuff. And when it come payday, he'd give you a check and tell you, "Hey, man, don't go straight to the bank and cash it." And so what I do, I went straight to the bank to cash it because I was gonna get my money before that check bounce. So that remind me, that's a scenario just like what you just said, Hog Wild. Is these kids went straight to the bank because they ain't taking no chances that the money wasn't gonna be there. So that was a good take.
And not only was it a good take, but I think the answer to that was all of the above. I think they was taking their 15%. Hunter was taking him a little 10%.
And there was too many hands in the cookie jar.
Yeah.
And Hunter never fought for Sam Pittman.
No one did.
What's it going to look like? And I'm not defending Sam Pittman. Sam Pittman's a wonderful man. He did the best with what he was given.
Miss Kathy, we'll get to your question. I'll get to your question, Miss Kathy, because that's a good question.
But in my opinion, Bobby Petrino is about to get Hunter Yurachek fired, because if Bobby Petrino can fix this football team and win out, you already know Hunter's gone.
Yeah.
Bobby's going to get it done with wins.
Yeah.
Bobby's going to get Hunter Yurachek out of here.
Bobby is good at getting folks fired. I will agree with you on that.
I'm just saying, miraculous things have happened before. If Bobby Petrino wins out, Hunter Yurachek's going to get fired. But I think Hunter Yurachek's getting fired no matter what.
Right.
And it might be before that December thing, because they could be making that December thing to be discussing the new athletic director.
Yeah.
Could be. Connor.
I'm going to agree on the topic of him getting people fired. I mean, including himself, he's an expert, professional, if you want to call it that. But listen, man, I've been preaching this since the year that they extended Pittman, that Yurachek does not need to be here anymore, because that man bald-faced lied to everybody in this fan base, saying that when he hired Pittman, all Pittman was a means to save money so that he could go and hire a good head coach. And one season, granted, it wasn't even his players. One season to go 9-4 is all it took for him to get back there and say, now I need to go ahead and extend this man. Made a poor decision in extending.
1 second, Connor. That just shows you how bad of a coach Chad Morris was.
Bro.
Sam Pittman
absolutely.
got those players, and he could have won more.
Yeah.
He could have won more than 9 games.
Absolutely.
Hey, Hog Wild, you need to say that again for the people in the back, bro, because they ain't hearing that. Because you are 100% correct on that.
Sam Pittman made Chad Morris players look all world.
Right.
Yep.
Hey, Chad Morris is a decent recruiter.
That's all he can
we
be.
Are all Arkansas, all Hunter Yurchek is really doing right now. Obviously you can't say that about Chad Moore. Pittman and Morris or whatever, but all he's doing is recycling coaches. He's used up Pittman to the extent that he could use him up. Pretty much just beat that horse till it was dead, and then kept on beating it, and then rolls in Petrino, who has a good record for a head coach. Not gonna say he's not, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Petrino's washed. He'll get you wins. He's consistent in certain areas with the offense specifically, but he is a terrible coach when it comes to getting defenses behind him. You need defense before you need offense. I am fully behind that in all aspects of the game.
Well, we're seeing it this year because our offense is in the top 10 and our defense is like 113 out of 130. Yep. So offense that can score at will most times is not doing us any good. We can score with anybody in the country. We've proven that so far. The problem is we can't stop nobody in the country.
Prime example.
What they're gonna do?
Connor's wrong.
Prime example. Prime example. Hold on.
Let Connor talk.
Hold on. It's my talk.
Language.
Like Lord have mercy. I didn't cut you off.
I don't care.
Yes, you do. Amanda, get your man. Go make that man do some laundry.
Language.
But anyway,
stay on topic. Go. Let's stay on topic.
Petrino, all right, my examples for this whole point right now. If you look at the teams that we're playing this year, what they have for offense? They don't have great offenses. Marcel Reed's not a great quarterback, per what everybody says. That offense has not been explosive, lights out. It's been their defense that's been doing the majority of the work. Tennessee, their defense did the majority of the work. I get that. Everybody's saying, Notre Dame, their defense did the majority of the work. The defense wins games. Now, you obviously need your offense to come step up in key moments if your back's against the wall. But it's yin and yang. And I'm telling you right now, you don't have to have a world beater as an offensive coordinator. You just need somebody that can get there, that can get guys motivated to play in games, and you'll win. You'll win a lot of it. You look at what Nick Saban did. I mean, the dude didn't have the best offenses in his first 2 or 3 seasons, but they fought for him tooth and nail, and he started looking really good and bringing in talent. That's what you need.
Look at James
and
Franklin.
We can't get that. We can't get that with Bobby Petrino. We can't get that with Sam Pittman. We can't get it with Chad Morris. And it's because Yurchek does not know what he's doing hiring coaches.
All right, guys. Y'all just
hold
get
on.
my back. I'll do it for 1.5.
I got one quick thing to say.
Go ahead.
Quick.
Go ahead.
No.
Hunter Yurchek is a basketball AD.
A fact.
He didn't look that good with Houston.
He's a basketball AD. What you mean? He didn't get Calipari. That was the chicken man.
No. You can tell he's a basketball AD. He came from Houston. Well, who did he hire for the football coach when when they fired the football coach?
Me.
Major Applewhite.
Major Applewhite, Major Dog.
Yeah.
Language.
And then we're supposed to be. Our main sport's supposed to be football. Who's he go hire? Somebody from the Boston Celtics. Tell me what that man knows about football. We seen him one time. He ain't said nothing.
Yeah.
About getting nothing to football. Oh no, I don't have nothing ready yet for football, or I haven't interviewed anybody either. So what are you doing? You're up there collecting a paycheck, not doing nothing.
I was just gonna say that that's more wasted money.
I got something to tell y'all. There's a reason why there hasn't been spokes talking about really who's the next head coach. I heard from some sources. I'm not supposed to say this, but B. Hull's the next head coach, baby. Go ahead, B. Hull.
This ain't college football 26.
Yeah, it is.
Well, I mean, if it is, if it was, at least we'd have something to root about.
So
Undefeated
Get those automatic wins.
Because Taylor Green on the college football game is like Bo Jackson back in the Tecmo Bowl days. He's crazy.
Sarge.
He said the Tecmo Bowl days.
My sources are from inside of Arkansas.
I aged myself.
Those are
before B. Hull even got on campus. He had to resign because his wife Amanda Hull was demanding that he was not doing his part at the house, so he had to come home and take care of house duties before he could coach.
You say you got that from inside Arkansas?
Miss Kathy.
That was from inside the program.
No.
He was a quarterback, Miss Kathy. I do believe.
Watch out! We can't be talking about that podcast. They'll try to cancel Sarge.
That's right. Hey, don't get me spammed. Don't get me, thrown into the spam pocket on my first show.
You should have seen it today.
You wouldn't be the first one that they've got.
Only me and translating.
And me. Well, I got my own self banned.
You
imagine that.
Behold, that man,
he said lovely words to them.
Behold, I can't support nor defend what you did.
They were very colorful words.
I can only imagine.
Just a few sentence enhancers.
Yeah. Okay, so let me ask this. First of all, I think Miss Kathy had a question here. It was a pretty good question. Let me see if I can find. I thought I favorited it. Okay. This one right here. Is it okay for a player getting paid and not having learned the playbook? So if you're getting NIL and you ain't making it on the field because you don't know the playbook, should you continue getting your money? We'll start with you, Hog Wild.
Well, it's already prepaid, so I mean they can't go back and be like, "Hey, I'm gonna take your money." But also, these players, if they show this right here and they don't learn the playbook, you can best bet if they want to stick around or go anywhere else, they're gonna have to take way less NIL money. If they're not showing the ambition to read the playbook, get in shape to get on that field, they ain't gonna make no money. They're gonna be just like the guy that ain't got no scholarship on the bench. They're gonna be riding the pine. Courtney Crutchfield is finally getting his head out of his you know where.
Yep.
Language.
He getting that post adamosis tissue or whatever Bobby called it.
hey, and I'm glad. I'm glad he's growing up. I'm glad he's trying his best right now to get on the field, and Bobby's going to give him a shot at some point this season.
Hey Jeff, appreciate you coming through, bud.
I like I said, they already get prepaid at the beginning of the season. That's why they're fighting Madney Amaliava to get the money back.
So what was the deal then if they get prepaid at the beginning of the season? So what was the deal with them having to clear like under $600 for? Is that the new rule now?
I think so.
Okay, I was wondering about that because I was like, I think that's why Yurchek was talking about we don't do the third lane. Is because Ole Miss and them paid all their players before this rule come out, and he's like, well, we do things morally around here, and I'm like, bro, you better shut up and cheat.
Here's another thing. Justin Acree was talking about it on 103.7 The Buzz, and some schools charge a athlete tax or something like that for all students that go to the university. And it's like $200 extra for your tuition. Arkansas does not do that. Do you know how much revenue that would, or for the university, how much that would generate with how many do they have? We talked about it the other day. Joe G, did you say they had like 35,000 students?
Yeah, it's a couple thousand.
Yes. Their enrollment actually went down like 8,000 kids. I think it was like 32 is 7.
Multiply that by 200, and how much money is that?
And I think if you do something like that, that's fine and dandy with me. $200, a year or even a semester isn't nothing in the scheme of things. But if you can make it to where the kids are having to throw money in for their schooling, then there should absolutely 100% be a rule that says if you're doing what Miss Kathy was saying, then no, we can't do anything to pull your NIL, but guess what you are going to lose? Your scholarship. So now you get to take that NIL and pay for school with it.
With that scholarship, they say that it's for a full it's a yearly thing. Those scholarships can be pulled at any time.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that.
You said about
if he don't get his act together,
students.
Yeah.
If you said 37,000 students, I times it by 250. That's $9,250,000.
Look at you all doing the math.
That can go into the athletic department.
There you go.
That's a lot.
Not for NIL or anything, but like for facilities and stuff.
Yeah, for them seed extensions for the ball, for the baseball.
For
let me say
baseball
this,
improvements, new gym equipment, all that.
Yes, but let me say this real quick, and this is a perfect example, or I guess example, if you want to call it that. To that question, I mean, yeah, it does no good or whatever, but if you go back to before they were paying players, I mean, these kids that got full ride scholarships, a lot of them didn't know the playbook. They didn't play. I mean, it's the same concept. Only now we're paying them and giving them scholarships. So what you do to cut back on that issue is you do away with giving kids scholarships and you make them pay their way through college with their NIL. And you can genuinely do that. Now, I get you may not have kids coming to your college to play for you with that kind of a deal, but if that goes across the entire NCAA, where that's set in place, or you do a incentive based deal where you're performance based pay, you got to have so many plays in a season before you can actually start tapping into the majority of your NIL. Just like an NFL player, they have incentives and stuff all year where if they hit a certain goal or whatever, they get that extra bonus or whatever on top of their salary, or they don't start really getting any of their money or extensions or whatever until they start performing to their potential. Look at
this. Look at the screen. Look at the screen right there.
That is 6.8 mil.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say 68 mil. Whew. But I mean, because I was about to start screaming at somebody. We're not taking advantage of $68 million.
Man, why transplants didn't have to call out B-hole's math not mathing like that?
No, to be fair,
look, you
6.8 million.
I thought you said 30.
Yeah.
Well, I thought you said 37,000 people were getting $250.
He did 34. He did 34.
I think it was 34.
It's 34
is what I said.
34,175.
Yeah,
well, my bad. I did 37,000.
You was close though.
This man trying to be He's trying to be cutthroat with this money. He's trying to get as much as he can.
Seawall fishing, man. I appreciate you coming through.
Hey, you
tonight.
can't blame B-Hole for trying to skim a little off the top. Everybody else in Arkansas is.
Hey, transplanted. We need all the money we can get, bro. Maybe that's why that's the problem in Arkansas. They taking a zero off of all the money we getting for themselves. So
Transplanted Texan, you're fired from being a mod.
it happens. It happens.
Allegedly.
Yes, allegedly. Yes, that's right. We got to make sure and say allegedly.
Wait, allegedly. I think I dated a girl in high school named Allegedly.
Yes.
Hey, did y'all hear that announcement?
Was her best friend Pamela?
Breaking news: Transplanted Texan is fired from his moderation dang it.
Mello,
right. Breaking news,
my man Mello, and coming through the chat. You right, bro. You right. The basketball ain't got no problems over there, man. Hey,
basketball don't need no help. It does it on its own.
I'm telling you. Hey, I was with you last night, Mello, real quick, man, on that how we got disrespected. But I tell you what, the best thing we could do is just come out and slap these dudes in the face. And I got a question for you, Mello, on basketball, man. So you ever want to come in and talk basketball? Like I said, I told you last night, I'll talk basketball. But I got a question for you. Do you think we're going to start off fast or slow this year? Are we going to have that little slump like we had last year? Or do you think we good and we're going to come out ready to shoot this year? Let me know.
No, we trash.
I got a question.
A take that'll make his head catch on fire. They don't make the tournament.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he just exploded, bro, by hearing that. Easy now.
My question, I'll answer it last or whatever. My question is if you, let's say that you get, let's say you get $50 million just by itself for football specifically. That's for the coaching hire and that's for players. What does that look like? What does that look like from a fan's perspective on moving forward? Not just for that first year, but for the next 5 years. How does that play out long term?
Cheap.
I mean, if you're spending $50 million on the coach, and I mean, you got to think, you got to get the coach, you got to get all of his staff members, you got to get all new nutritionists. If the coach wants to change the doctor,
Strength guy, the water boy, the grass cutters. I mean,
hey, since you said that, I gotta. Do we pay UMAS to be our medical team, or because that's the University of Arkansas Medical Center?
They're partnered.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're partnered. They're a part of the program, so they're doing it for free.
And apparently, that's who messed up Jalen Braxton's bone crack in his knee or something. I don't know, or missed it. I don't know.
Well, yeah, I feel you on that.
Allegedly.
There was a couple concerning comments he made today in that media days deal that I thought, but I don't know if that was Cal just being Cal, being strategic, or if he's really truly, thinks that. But he did make the statement that it was not a debacle in Hot Springs, but he said, what's the word right above that? So, to me, he's seeing, he didn't see what he wanted to see in Hot Springs. And he said, we still got a long ways to go. So I was a little worried about that. That's why I asked that question. And Hog Wild, he said, we making the tournament easy. We might beat the most ranked teams throughout the season. So he firing back at you and said, we making the tournament.
I'm just saying, we don't make the tournament, everybody can be like, fire Cal.
Yeah. No,
allegedly we will.
We make
allegedly.
We play like I want to say every team that was in the Final Four we played this year.
So do we beat Mello? Do we beat Florida, or do we get dominated by Florida?
Mello, if you got time, man, I'll drop the link. I'll drop the link, and you can come in, man. We'll talk some basketball.
No, we don't talk about basketball. It's still football season. Just like it ain't baseball season. We ain't
Man,
talking
we about
about
to play
baseball.
Cincinnati this weekend.
I about to say it is basketball season.
We
Allegedly.
close to the game. Y'all killing me with that. I need my soundboard so bad.
Allegedly.
Look,
Hey, when you get in
y'all-
there, there's an option to do both. Just make sure you got a clean mic within the voice mod, and you can do both, and it'll sound good. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
Look,
After the show tonight. After the show tonight, stay on with me, and we'll work that out real quick. So I got that down. Because I need my soundboard. Because I could be trolling these boys right now, and I just.
Listen, it's so hard for me not to, but I know.
You got it, Mello. You take your time, bro. We'll be here. But
look, if we talk about basketball, I got to dip out.
I know, but we can talk football right now. So let me ask you this to the panel then. Who on this team, because this is one thing we are missing on this team that I think right now is hurting us. We don't have that dude like the Bulls had Jordan. Give me the rock. When the clock is ticking down, give me the rock. I'm going to put the team on my shoulder, and I'm going to get the win for us. Who on this team has to step up for us to start succeeding and closing out these games on this team to going forward? B. Hall, since you look like you just froze up.
Oh,
He left. He heard basketball. He left.
allegedly.
Okay, well, he might come back.
Allegedly.
Hog Wild, what do you say? And I'll go to Connor.
I still hear what you mean.
I say.
Hold on. There he is. You went black, bro.
I thought a minute was starting to beat up on you.
No,
No,
I come to you first. You're first.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Look, I didn't know I was gonna get called on first because you went to King.
Yeah,
so
I switch it up. I switch it up. Give everybody a chance to start. Next question. I'm starting with Tonka.
So what was the question?
No.
Man, you would. Pay attention now. Listen, I'm going to tell you which person on our team is going to be our Jordan that says, give me the rock at the end of the game. I'm going to win this game for us. Who, because we don't have that right now. Who needs to be that guy?
B. Hull. He's a monster. No, it'll have to be Washington. You got to get to Washington the way he's been running lately. That'll be your man. I think that's the person that you can trust with the ball right now. Having it, especially with the way the run game's kind of been against Tennessee, I think we can have some success with it against goodness gracious.
Great balls of fire.
I can't speak tonight.
I know, man. You got the fat tongue.
I think it got to go to
Allegedly.
it got to.
My bad. I shouldn't have said that.
that was absolutely epic, Sarge.
My bad, B Hall, man. I should. That was.
Oh,
I'll put myself in timeout.
Oh God, that made my heart stop
Hey, you
for a
muted.
second.
No, he's not.
I was like, he was moving. His mouth was moving, but I didn't hear nothing. I was like, okay.
That tongue getting in the way. Anyway,
God, I'm funny.
Mello, you don't. Hey, look. Hey, hold on. I didn't interrupt y'all when y'all were talking.
you're right. Go ahead.
Yes, you
The
did.
floor is yours.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Go sit in the corner.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Calm down, children.
All right.
Watch
First
out,
of
Sarge.
all,
You're going to get the newspaper.
That's it.
I
Don't make me
wanna
turn
say-
this bus
I wanna
around.
say something- I want to say something. Mello, you don't know football. You just know basketball, apparently. So I would give it to Washington. Just like, again, the way he ran the ball on Tennessee, the way the offensive line was blocking for the run, too. I mean, I think that's probably our best bet is to looks like is our run game right now is having more success than Taylor Green throwing it. So, oh God, what are y'all laughing at?
Nothing, man. ain't even nobody laughing, bro. What are you looking at? Are you watching the same stream you on?
I see Tonka just over there, just kind of like just nodding his head, smiling.
Tonka
like
on that broccoli, bro. You just got to watch. You don't pay attention to Tonka. You listen to him, but you don't pay attention to him. That
is
broccoli
not a
be getting
regular
Look at
Tonka.
vape.
what I gotta say.
That is not a regular
They
vape.
would be watching.
Yeah, easy. That's not, that's why we don't use our government names.
No, we're not supposed to use government names. Oops.
But you call me
I mean,
Beeple. That is
nobody
my
knows my
government
first
name.
The Tonka,
Oh,
who is it, man? Let us have it.
yes. Well, I'm sorry. I'm still trying to get over the alleged fat tongue incident.
Hey, V, man,
She
I don't want to
said,
butcher your name, man. But I appreciate you coming in though, because obviously you knew, because this is our first stream, so you knew here, and I appreciate you coming in, man. Thank you. Hit that like and subscribe button, everybody, and we doing great. We got 20 people in here and 22 likes, so that means we ahead of the game, bro. Y'all doing fantastic out there. Appreciate y'all. Let's go.
Round of
Okay,
applause.
Tonka, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I would say. Well, Behold made a really good point about the run game being more reliable than the pass game has, right? Because if once pressure gets put on Taylor Green, he reverts to bad habits, and that leads to turnovers, sack fumbles, strip sacks, all that. So he made an excellent point about the run game. I would actually say, and he made a good point about Washington. But I would say against Texas A&M's defense, the guy that we need to be feeding the rock to the most is Braylon Russell. I think he's most suited to run between the tackles, to attack the B gaps, to get positive yards. I think he is the key.
Yeah, I agree. We're gonna have to. We're gonna, if it's raining, we're gonna have to run the ball, and that goes without saying, because, like Miss Kathy says, if it's raining, TG is likely to throw a pick, and that I would go, Miss Kathy, to say it ain't even likely. It's guaranteed that he gonna throw a pick, most likely, if it's raining. So I don't want to see it.
Sparrow, it's likely he's gonna fumble.
That too, man. And if our offensive line can't block no better than they did Tennessee, 5 sacks, and some of them sacks were egregiously missed blocks on our offensive line, letting guys come straight up the gut untouched. So hopefully we got that fixed. Joe G just walking down the beach, so we're gonna go on to Hog Wild T. We'll come back to Joe G in a minute. Hog Wild, who's our guy, man? Who wants the rock that says, "Let me do it, coach. I'll get the win for us."
Who on this team reminds you of KJ Jefferson when they run the ball? Who gets you hyped up when they hit somebody?
Russell.
Bobby Petrino.
Braylon Russell. When Braylon Russell runs somebody over, it makes me stand up on my feet and flex my muscles. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It hypes me up.
That's a
my
fact.
whole fat roll. I don't have rolls. I just got one.
Oh
one
no,
roll,
I got me too, bro.
I flexed the keg.
Feel you. I'm tapping mine in 3 weeks. I'm tapping mine in 3 weeks, bro.
Braylon Russell would. Braylon Russell wouldn't have had that fumble if he didn't get hit perfectly.
Yes. I agree.
Braylon Russell's a strong runner. He knows how to hold on to the damn ball. And if the game's on the line and we need to get 15 yards down the field and we got, 45 seconds, I'm going to be handing Braylon the rock, and he's going to be going up the B gap following Carmona or Lassiter. That's who's got to be the guy.
I would say this, to your point. If we hand Russell the ball in Memphis, we win that game, and not Washington.
I see the Washington thing. That was a perfect hit. That was a perfect tackle on the ball. He came around.
No, I agree. I'm not saying that. I agree. I'm not saying that Washington fumbled being careless. I'm saying though, does Braylon
gave him the rock?
Does Braylon not take that hit like that? Braylon
would have knocked that little boy on his butt.
Thank you. That's what aggravated me, was why did we not give him the ball? So I agree with you. Good take on that.
Mike Washington reminds me of more of a. Does anybody remember Ronnie Wingo? He didn't run nobody over. He just ran around.
He just outran everybody. Right.
I mean, he's a
but
great
they do make a
runner
good
of the football.
they do make a good tandem,
One-two
and I
punch.
believe they should be on the field more together.
Correct.
That's my opinion. So, Joe G, we'll come back to you since you walked down the beach.
Ma'am, I'm sorry. I heard somebody say free tequila sunrises, and with surgery in the morning, I had to ask them to please remove themselves from the temptation.
I got you.
You know,
He looks like Alan Jackson on the beach.
That's it.
You know, 5 o'clock somewhere.
Hose in the water.
hey y'all, it's hotter than the hoochie coochie down here on the beach. I like it. This is going to be an unpopular take, and I'm going to say this just because
all your takes are unpopular, but
kid.
We still love you.
It's definitely going to be unpopular, but he's a good kid. He's got good ball security, and he can catch the football. The key to surprising A&M in the rain is give Maddox Lassiter some touches. Let him come out of the backfield as a fullback behind Rohan Jones, and let them run a little, across. One of them comes out, one of them comes in, and sits in that while your receivers are running deep down the field. Maddox Lassiter, the fullback, I think is going to be, or should be, the biggest key to us having success that nobody has seen this year. He has got 0 touches, 0 catches. He's been thrown at 0 times, and he's been handed the ball 0 times. And with that being said, he's the only running back we got that ain't fumbled the ball this year.
Yeah.
Cam Settles.
What? Has
Allegedly.
he touched the ball?
No. Cam Settles, just like Braylon Russell.
Mm-hmm.
Rodney Hill ain't fumbling.
That's true. Connor.
Rodney Hill just don't get it.
Yes, yeah. That's a shame too.
Man, you're gonna be hard pressed to convince me that there's a better player or players to lead this team than Braylon Russell and Mike Washington, because if this run game's not, jiving, you don't have an offense, because Taylor's he's gonna struggle to throw the ball. He's gonna struggle to, make plays, because they're gonna hone in on him. And I get that he's elusive, but that can only go so far, especially with an A&M defense as potent as they are, because they got some dogs. Do you think that you're gonna go in there and Taylor Green's gonna run for 200 yards this game, rushing or whatever? No, it's not happening. He may throw the ball, 60 times, but he's going to throw 6-7 interceptions. I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to be hard pressed to convince me otherwise that, if you've got Braylon Russell or Mike Washington in the backfield, whatever the play is, and you got Lassiter or Rohan or Platt, someone in the fullback position, and you run up the B gap, who's stopping that? What person in what defense is going to consistently stop that pro style, that I formation? Who is stopping that consistently? You're not doing it. You got Braylon Russell, who is an absolute just a freaking mule. If you need him, if you need 4-5 yards in one go, give it to that man, and he'll bully ball, all the rumble, bumble, stumble all the way down to wherever you need him to fall at. And then you give it to Mike Washington, and if he finds a crease, he's gone. So, it's gonna have to be the running backs. But I guess my number 2, if you want to find somebody that could really step up, and he can only do so much, is Omega Blake, the receivers. I mean, and specifically maybe a wide receiver too that can step in and really solidify that for when Omega Blake's double coverage, because it's going to happen this week.
Yeah,
they're gonna hone in on Omega Blake, and he's not going to be able to get he'll get some jump balls here or there. He'll make some good plays, but you're going to need that wide receiver too to step in and pick up 10, 12 touches or catches for 40 yards or whatever. It doesn't have to be fancy or flashy, but they're going to need to step up and help you get first downs and get touchdowns in this game if you're going to even be able to be competitive.
Yeah, I tend to agree. Jeff's got a good take here. He says, honestly, our best defense is keeping the ball on offense as long as we can. Eat the clock, pound that ground. And this is very important, and I agree with you 100%, Jeff, on this, is we also need to be using our tight ends more. We got some good tight ends, and we are not using them to the best of their abilities.
Well, you only have two currently with
yeah,
and
but they're
Jones
both
out.
They're both good to do what we need to have done, and we need to be using them more.
So what happens What happens if you look up here by the time we get ready to play Texas, and Rohan Jones and Platt or Platt and Posky are two out of your three tight ends are hurt, and you've only got one moving forward. How does that affect moving forward?
Hey, right now, bro, we playing with house money right now. We can't even worry about
Lassiter.
That. Yeah,
you can move Braylon Russell into tight end. I mean, he's 6'2".
Maddox Lassiter's a dog, y'all.
Yeah. So I mean, it's one of those deals where I would say
there's also freshmen on the team that just haven't played at all.
We just have to do what we got to do. I understand where you're coming from with that, because tight ends are very on most teams. Tight ends are very important to an offense, either catching or blocking.
Not utilizing them like we should.
A lot of people don't know this, but Fernando Carmona played tight end at Fresno or San Jose State when he first started playing.
Yeah.
Man's athletic. Throw that big man out there. You know what I'm saying? He got hands.
I honestly just don't understand why we're
not
utilizing
Shaq McCroy's got a touchdown.
He's athletic.
He's like 7 wide, 7 foot wide, and 7 foot tall.
A lot of people don't know that or didn't recognize it. Shaq McCroy played a lot right tackle because of our right tackle was fumbling to Simon.
Well, I tell you, watching game tape of Texas A&M, what I could dig up, right? What I found, kind of looking at their defense from a defensive coordinator position, their defense is susceptible to north-south plays. Their defense is built to shut down east and west plays, meaning if it's a stretch play, Texas A&M's got the personnel to shut that down before it gets started.
Yeah,
you start trying to get fancy and rolling out your quarterback, that's going to get shut down immediately. If you try to stay in the pocket and be cute in the pocket, they got pass rushers and linebackers that are coming, and that's going to get shut down immediately. But where they're weak at, oddly enough, is down the backbone of the defense, from nose to Mike to safety. You attack there, you will get yardage. And once you start attacking there with your offensive line, that's going to make their defensive coordinator walk a safety into the box, right, to present 8, to try to shut down everything. Well, that's when you can hit them with the play action, because the seam is going to be open 100% of the time. That's the weakness to a Mike Elko defense. Attack them north and south.
Yeah, I mean he's got a point here. He said, look at the past. DJ Williams wasn't a traditional tight end built guy and won the Mackey Award. I mean, Jeff's is full of good takes tonight. Good on you, Jeff.
Here's another thing about this game, guys. Bobby Petrino was disgraced when he went to Texas A&M. He was embarrassed by Jimbo Fisher.
Yeah. You getting into my next question, bro.
Pissed.
But go ahead.
He wants to kick their ass.
Yeah. My next question was, does Bobby Petrino vendetta against Texas A&M, do you think he's got this team fired up and a little more extra prepared this week for this game? B Hall, I can see you're still a fan. You still awake? There you are. You muted. You muted,
Yeah.
Bo.
Oh yeah, bro. I've been over here
You're
on my
still
other
muted.
phone. Like, yeah. No, I'm not. No, I was over here watching.
Allegedly.
I was watching something on my other phone, waiting on the. I was waiting on it to come back around to me. What was the question?
Good Lord. Uh,
I'm sorry. I heard y'all talking about something.
do you think Bobby? He says, I heard you talking about something. Not that I'm paying attention. Do you think that Bobby Petrino has put a little extra sauce into this team this week because it's Texas A&M? You know, because he's got some bad blood that he wants to really kick the teeth in on Texas A&M. So you think they're a little extra fired up,
I would.
or is it just another day, another game for him?
See, Texas. See, it's hard for me to say because for me, Texas A&M is. I mean, it's a game that I want to win, but it's not like a game that I would consider like what they've called a classic or a rivalry. I mean, I don't really look at Texas A&M like if we beat them, woohoo. But I mean, I expect. I mean, Bobby's probably gonna have him fired up, and he's gonna probably come out with some heat. Just cause when he was at A&M, and then you know he's never really liked A&M. So I mean, what is it? He's like what 3-0 against A&M as a head
Yeah.
coach
Yeah.
when he was here.
Yes. Yep.
So I mean, man, just make it 4-0.
I hear you.
Why can't we do it? We knocked off fourth ranked Tennessee last time at home. Why can't we knock off fourth ranked Texas A&M at home?
Yeah. I mean, Auburn did
Make it
show that
four
they
four four.
they weren't invincible. I mean, Auburn showed gave you some film on how to stop them. So you
Well,
know,
their biggest weakness to me on offense is going to be their quarterback. I know some of y'all could disagree. Marcel Reed is not all that. Bobby even already said how to contain him, how to like get him uncomfortable. I mean, Marcel Reed's more the type of person. He's not really a pocket passer. He likes to get out of the pocket. Likes to use his legs a lot. So if you can really shut that down and make him forced to throw the ball, you got a chance to maybe get some stops and maybe do something with it. So I mean,
well, let me ask you this, B Hall. Have any game this year have you seen our defensive ends do a very good job of setting the edge and stopping a quarterback from getting outside? That's what worries me because we haven't done a
well,
very good job on that.
I will say this. Last week when we played, I'm not saying we made a big change. They play with heart and effort, and if they can bring that into this game, and with the fans being there, and if it don't rain, I think you might see that defense a little bit more spark this week. I kind of expect them each week to kind of get a little better, not a whole lot, but a little better. Jesus, I cannot talk tonight.
I'm
I need
following
that.
you,
I
man.
need.
Bobby
Hey,
Butch
listen,
State.
I spent 2 years in Iraq, bro. I know how to translate real well, so don't worry about it. I got you.
So, but I think, but I truly think that and feel that way about it. So,
No, I
if you
agree.
can,
That was a good take, bro.
like,
You on it.
he's gonna bring some fire. He's gonna
That was
bring some
probably
fire.
your best take of the night so far, right there. I
Oh,
agree with
that's
that.
messed up.
No, man, I'm
I
trying to
made
show
good.
you some love, man.
Hey,
I gave good takes.
You do, but
Allegedly.
that was your best one.
Biho,
Oh no,
you
my
gotta change
best.
change your
You
name
went
to
a
Bobby
whole
Butch State.
take. You went a whole take, and you didn't say one time about you being the coach or you being the best player. That was you did a serious good take right there. I'm proud of you, bro.
I was watching
I
Tonka
genuinely,
again hit his pin.
That's it. That broccoli.
I genuinely think that
I knew I
I
smelled. I knew I. Hey, it's like it's like sitting that. Y'all ever seen that? Y'all ever heard MGK and that Wiz Khalifa song?
Who?
And MGK and
MGK.
Wiz Khalifa made a song,
That
and
man
he
I
was
got
don't
getting
know
buried
ready.
her.
naming him.
Look, well, anyway, MGK pulled up to the spot at the bus station, and Wiz Khalifa had his broccoli. He's like, I know that smell. Like that's what I smell through the phone. I know that smell.
Mm-hmm. Listen, chat. I am extremely sorry, but this is not your total typical podcast. This is not what I'm here for. We are here to have fun. So if we get a little sideways, I apologize, but just stick with us. We will get back on topic. But we're here to have some fun.
Babe, give me a beer.
Oh God, he's gonna get oiled up now.
Hey, listen, I'm telling you, B-Hall need to change his name to Bobby Boucher. That man, he's stuttering. He got a one-track mind. He forgets names way too easily. Just like all a man I got to do is flash the man and say, "She showed me her boobies. I like them too."
Hey, Connor, you remember when B-Hall showed up at halftime at an A&M game and the Razorbacks won the Baby Bowl? Do you?
More like
Jeff,
we
you're right.
lost by 60.
Yeah.
I will say this.
Hold on a second. Let's go down the line. Tonka hasn't talked in a while. He's just hitting that broccoli and he's just like muted. So let's give Tonka some time to voice
He's about to come out with a defense that's out of this world.
I'm telling you, bro.
Allegedly.
He is seeing all kinds of X's and O's right now.
Go ahead, Tonka. Say what you said.
You see him too, man. Yeah, no.
Miss Kathy, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to entertain. Thank you.
Are you not entertained?
Touchdown state.
You know, not only I know originally, you know, the first question you asked was about the rain and how would it, you know, who could it help? And I go back to that for this question, and I would say I hope that it's raining. Because if it is raining, one thing that Texas A&M offensively excels at is the deep ball. That's one thing that their quarterback can do very well, and that's drop BBs on people's heads, you know, 25 plus yards down the field. Because he's got really good tall wide receivers. He's not afraid to throw 50-50 balls because they win most of those times. They win about 70% of those 50-50 balls. A&M receivers are coming down with it. But you add rain to the mix, that's going to limit their throws downfield. That takes away the weakness of our defense, which is our secondary. That allows the front seven to play gap containment. And I think Arkansas's defense can feast on this A&M's offense if the rain comes in and makes it a ground game. I actually think Arkansas is built to stop the run better up the middle than what A&M's offense can do.
I agree. All right, Joe G.
Hey, hold on. I ain't trying to interrupt. Hold on, real quick.
But you are, though.
My ass. No, I don't want to get my ass chewed out. Hold on.
Hey, calm down, Box. We ain't waiting a minute.
Hey, look, Amanda. All right, so look, Amanda wants me to get off so I can spend some time with her. She said I've been on here long enough.
Okay.
So
yeah.
Hey, I'm probably gonna do it. I'm probably gonna do another one Sunday. I'll do another one Sunday.
Sometimes I wonder if he even has a life. He's on Discord chat all day.
I hear you. I hear you.
He needs his Xbox back.
Amanda, hit him with it.
Hey,
Hit him with that whip.
I didn't tell you to speak.
Oh, hey, we're gonna see B Hall Sunday with two black eyes.
Why don't you go live?
Allegedly, he ran into the door.
Like a pregame.
Do what?
Why don't you go live Thursday for like a pregame?
This is Thursday, man.
No,
Sarge, I'm sorry for this, but I gotta get B-hole with this one.
Stop it. Oh, get some help.
Okay. See, I wish I had mine going.
Bro,
what are you talking about?
Tuesday.
Today's Thursday, bro.
Bro, I just looked. My phones ain't tripping.
Yeah, you tripping because today is Thursday, bro.
No, it ain't. Hold on, it's today.
Today's definitely Tuesday. I got surgery in the morning.
Maybe y'all can give me some help.
Today's Tuesday?
Yeah, today's Tuesday.
Right now, but I'm telling you, it's Tuesday.
Are you serious?
Are you high?
Yes, Sarge. Sarge, are you serious?
Oh my God.
This man had
I hit the
plans
wrong
tonight.
date.
What's
Hey,
going on?
who else has a podcast tonight?
Nobody. It's a Tuesday.
Nobody.
I thought Hog Wild don't have one tonight on Tuesday.
No, it's
Sarge,
Wednesday.
you're thinking.
Hey,
Sarge,
Uh-uh.
listen, Tonka, you got to stop with that devil's lettuce, bro. That broccoli, because you got me all messed up.
Sarge, you're thinking about the Hog Wild podcast.
Yeah.
with my episodes.
Stop it. Get some
My
help.
stuff is on.
Transplanted, I can trust you. Is it Tuesday?
No, it's
What
really
you think?
Tuesday,
You think I'm lying to you, Sarge?
Oh my God.
All right,
It
I
is
got surgery
Tuesday.
on Wednesday the 15th, and I hope I didn't
That-
miss it. That's all I'm saying.
That's why I was
14th.
like, why don't you do?
Jeff, man,
why don't you go?
I'm sorry, man. I'm retired. I am too, man. And I'm making us look bad. And I swear to God that there's water in this, and that's it. So,
It's just water.
Show me that.
oh my
Podcast
God,
is open.
I did not. I owe Mo an apology because I almost stepped on his toes and not into it. I swear to God, I set this for Thursday. Oh Jesus!
Sarge, that's what I'm saying. The only one that does that, the only one that does anything on Tuesdays is Mo, but it's when it's their baseball season. But that's it.
Oh Jesus!
Woo Pig is on Tuesday nights.
Okay, all right. So we will not be
Will Pig.
back
I
on
forgot Will
Tuesday
Pig.
nights after this tonight. My
well,
night was going to be
they
Thursday
switched
night,
it.
and I will be on Thursday night, and Sunday night will be my night on my channel. I also do the watch party on Saturday with I'm Just Saying on the Arkansas Finest Sports Podcast. But oh my goodness, how did I not know it was Tuesday? I'm an idiot.
Hey, Sarge, you knew it was Tuesday all day. I don't know what you did to forget.
Listen.
They changed their streaming schedule. They changed their streaming schedule.
Who did?
Woo Pig.
Yeah, that's why I went to Thursdays because he's not doing it no more on Thursday.
Yeah.
So I was going to get in on Thursdays.
Yeah, either.
So, man, Mo, if you listening, bro, or you watch this, I'm sorry, man. I did not mean to get on your night, bro.
No, Mo's Monday and Wednesdays.
Oh, okay.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So you ain't on Mo's night either.
All right, listen. All right, stop. Okay, stop, because you all got my smooth brain cooked right now. I don't even know if I'm at home.
So Sarge is on the broccoli, y'all.
I swear to you, I haven't took anything.
Sarge, you want to try this, Sarge? It's good for you. Puts hair on your chest.
I'm going to tell you, it might. Obviously, I'm in a fog because I don't even know. I swear to you, I did not know today was Tuesday. Oh my goodness.
Tonka,
yeah,
Tonka,
look.
you don't want to give you.
What was funny was,
and there's my
what
iPhone
was funny
says
was
Tuesday right
when
there.
you said it was
I'm an idiot.
when you said it was Thursday, I was like, wait, I put the trash out today. Man, this trash still going to be on my curb if it's Thursday. I'm way late getting the trash.
Chat.
That's why I'm saying you don't need to give Sarge none of that because if you give that to Sarge,
Chat.
the way he's acting
Hold
right
on.
now,
Hold on.
Sarge took it
Hold
back.
on. Chat. Listen to me. I'm sorry. Okay. I am so sorry that I have subjected you to this ass-ninery that I got going on here.
Allegedly.
Yeah. No, it's not allegedly. I was totally convinced it was Thursday.
This man thought we had a game in 2 days.
So
Welcome to the
I would have been ready to go.
Like, what the hell?
Why are we not watching the game right now? Oh my God. Okay, sorry. Chat.
That broccoli must be strong.
I'm telling you, I can through the mic. I can right there. I mean,
I was going to ask you. I was going to be like, Sarge, if you thought it was Thursday, why haven't you been watching any of the Thursday night football?
yeah, I'm telling you, man. Because my shows were gonna be on Thursday night and Sunday night, and here I am on Tuesday, and you all showed up. I mean, good for you guys. Thank you very much. And
So
if we can do Tuesdays and everybody wants to do Tuesday, I can do Tuesdays and whenever. I'm retired. I can do whenever we want. Basketball season, I'm gonna do them every basketball after the games. or whatever. It doesn't matter.
Hey, guys,
Tonka, put the broccoli away. You done got Sarge secondhand high.
I think I know why Sarge is flushed from his days or whatever. I genuinely think I know what's going on with Sarge. He watched that Cowboys game against the Panthers, and he saw them lose the Panthers, and he got all flustered.
Yeah, that didn't help.
He got his days all mixed up.
That didn't help for sure because
my Commanders lost to the Bears.
The Cowboys are just the pro version of the Razorbacks. Is all that is. But
no defense.
Hey,
yes,
Sarge, I'll take Dallas's offense and trade you ours so that we can have a good team. Houston has a good defense. We just need an offense, so we'll trade you.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Houston would be good with our offense.
If we had y'all's offense with our defense, we're a Super Bowl contender.
All right, thanks, Miss Cassie. Miss Cassie. I see. Now I got the B Hall tongue. I can't even talk now. Good Lord, Miss Kathy. Thank you. If anybody is in the OD's Discord, tell him I apologize if I didn't mean to step on their night. This was a total mistake because I sure thought it was Thursday. I'm an idiot. Okay, now I did tell you guys at the beginning of the chat that I had a smooth brain. So you gotta, I get a little bit of grace because I did admit right out the bat, I do have a little, so sometimes I can get a little sideways. He clarified it. Taiwan Porter says he clarified it on Sunday. It's Thursday and Saturday or Sunday if there are any type of conflict. Okay. So I'm gonna get in where I fit in somewhere. I'll get with OD and yeah. So OD and I don't mind. There's plenty of room for everybody, so we'll figure it out. But I just made to make sure since it was Tuesday that we ain't missing somebody else's that's got an important podcast. But okay. So anyway, now we're done with that comical sideshow Bob stuff.
I done forgot the question that arose up to my turn.
The question was, do you think
I'm out of here?
Bobby Petrino,
all right, B-Hall, thanks man for coming through.
Bobby Petrino.
Yeah, make sure you sign out because we ain't trying to hear anything in the chat.
Is he
Amanda, you need to double check his work.
Make sure that man log off.
So the question was, does Bobby Petrino have this team extra ready for A&M?
And go.
Right?
And go.
I'm glad we got back.
Here we go. I'm going to say this. There's not a single person that has heard me speak that can accuse me of being a Bobby Petrino fan as a head coach. That's no secret. So what I'm about to say, I'm going to pull something out of Tonka Todd's book right here. Is everybody sitting down? I know that the day of the week just really threw some folks through their chair here, but I just want to make sure you are sitting down for this. Not only does Bobby Petrino not like A&M, but Bobby Petrino as a head coach at the University of Arkansas is 22-5 at home in 4 years. So not only does the hatred for A&M come into play, but we haven't been good at home since Bobby P was here. And I get that was 15 years ago. And Nisha, I'm sorry. I know you. I know that me saying anything positive about Bobby Petrino is not on your to-do list to listen to tonight. But
that's her man's.
Get your boy.
Allegedly.
I will say this. We are supposed to have a consistent, constant 30+ mile an hour winds with hail. And the question we need to be asking is, can Bobby Petrino call a game without a headset? Because electronics are not going to be working properly in that kind of weather. whether it's a signal issue, whether it's a keeping stuff dry issue. So, as good as Bobby Petrino is at home as a head coach at Arkansas, and as much as he hates A&M, I think the external factors is going to make all of that obsolete. And the wind's going to be blowing hard enough to where Taylon Green might he might blow away. He might try to hit the edge and pick up a gust of wind and look like one of them kitty cats in a tornado, just to get picked up off the porch and carried off. So, to be honest, I think he'll have them ready, but since when is being ready for a team made that much of a difference?
True. Very true. Jeff had a good he come in with another good take as always. He said back to football after our debacle of not knowing what day it was. Arkansas was at its best when they were running back and tight end university. We went through several coaches with those successful positions. We need to get back to that. And I could agree 100%. When we had legit tight ends and legit running backs, we were good. And if you get good there, well, Jeff just says it again. If you get successful there, it will bring the great QBs and wide receivers along with big time defenders to want to play here. And that is 100% correct, Jeff. You should be doing this podcast. At least you probably know what day it was. So I agree with that 100%. We need to get back to what we were good at when we were good. And we somewhere along the line, we've hired coaches that try to change. It's almost like that, that girl you see and be like, oh, she all messed up, but you think, oh, I can fix her. I can change her. Or the girl does the same thing to the man. Oh, I can fix him. And it never works out. It just doesn't work out. So, so I agree. So Connor, what do you think about that?
I'm not a fan of Bobby P.
His answer is no.
It is what it is. It's a no. Because I mean, look, this game, if it was set under certain different circumstances, I could have an argument for it. But the weather, and the fact that this team is holding on to this rope with their pinky, not their hands, with their pinkies. They are so close to just letting this season go and be what it be what it is, that it's almost ridiculous. I say, and it's the fans too. We're only there holding by one hand, just holding it up, saying, you know what, we'll be there, but we're not expecting you to do anything for us. And Bobby, I get that Bobby was done wrong at A&M or whatever, and should have been given a chance to coach that school after they fired Petrino, or not Petrino, but
Jimbo.
What's his name? Jimbo. And they're both the same in my opinion. But he should have been given a chance to at least be interim there, but they didn't give it to him. So yeah, he's going to have some things that he can utilize to get this team behind him and rally. But I don't think it matters because, like I said, the weather's going to play a big factor in it, and I don't think our defense is going to be able to keep up. The run game is what we've struggled with the most all season, and I don't think any of that changes.
Okay, good take. Hog Wild, what do you say?
Well, this is the word on the street. Allegedly, Bobby is going to be coming out of the tunnel on a Harley with a neck brace and a blonde on the back.
Oh, no, he didn't.
Out to the field.
Okay,
no, I'm just kidding. But here, But yes, Bobby hates Texas A&M. And what did you say his record is at home?
22 and 5.
22 and 5. All right. So most of those losses came in his first year and his second year at home. And then one of those losses came in his 10 and 2 years to Alabama.
He lost to Alabama every year.
Right.
So that's 4 of his 5 losses came from Alabama, and then he lost to LSU the year that LSU and Alabama played in the national championship. So he's lost to Alabama 4 times and LSU once.
All right, but never lost to A&M.
Well, I take that back. He lost twice to Alabama at home, once to LSU at home. So the other 2 teams I'd have to get back and look at. But 3 out of 5 losses came to just 2 teams. And the last coach to beat Nick Saban was, drum roll,
Houston
Nutt.
I'm pretty sure one of those teams he lost to was Ole Miss.
And it was Houston Nutt. But to say this, Bobby P is going to have those boys fired up. He's going to show all the close losses in Dallas Cowboys Stadium. Then he's going to show all the victories that he had previously and says, this is what we can be, this is what we don't want to be. And I think that our running backs are about to plow through their D-line through the B-gap, and they're going to come out with fire. I think the defense is going to come out with fire. You got Julian Neal shut down one of the best wide receivers in the SEC in Brazil last week.
Yeah, that boy. You're right.
That boy didn't even have a catch.
No.
They got Kanai Walker in the right position.
Yep.
They got Small, or is it Small, or is it, what is his name?
Yeah, Small.
Small and Young.
They got Small and Young out there at the nickel, playing out of their minds in coverage. What they need to do is get Larry Worth's ass off the field.
Or put him in his true position,
which is outside linebacker. Because if you watch Larry Worth, those out routes were killing him when he was on coverage for those. Those out routes were killing him. Bobby P's going to see that on the tape. Then he's going to be like, look, we're going to have to move him somewhere. Bobby P's going to be on both sides of the ball on this one. He already knows the quarterback's tendencies because he recruited him and he coached him.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now, if Bobby P takes over on the defensive side of the ball, you can consider it a loss. I'm telling you right now, we'll lose by 50.
Are you sure about that? Because when he took play calling away from his defensive coordinator when he was here and he won the game.
One game.
Well, he did have top-tier defenses every year he was here. Now, I'm not saying he had a lot to do with it, but he did hire the people that kept his defenses in the top tier when he was here. So he knows how to get coaches and players, and he does coach the game. You know,
you talking about Petrino?
Yeah.
Petrino had Jericho Nelson. He had Franklin. He had Jake Beckett. He had Will Harris.
The defense for the talent we had, in my opinion, underperformed under Bobby Petrino.
Yeah, but they were still ranked in the top tier in the nation. Though.
And takeaways, because they played with their hair on fire. That's the only reason why. Right. But if Bobby P gets this big coaching job, if Bobby P gets this coaching job, guarantee you that the boosters, the board, and whoever the hell the AD is going to tell him he's going to have to get a top tier defensive coordinator to match with this offense.
Yeah, I agree. Seawall, I agree with your take on that. Seawall Fishing says, moving forward, we have to focus on building SEC caliber lines on both sides of the ball. And there has to be depth. The line of scrimmage is key to the building process, and it all starts with the Hogs up front on both sides.
I would say we're closer on the offensive line being SEC caliber than the defensive line.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Depth-wise on defense line.
You don't build a team outside in. You build it inside out. You work with offensive line, and then you go defensive line, and then you go out from there. And that's how that's your foundation.
Yes, absolutely. So let me ask you this, as we'll have a couple more before we end the show. If Bobby Petrino pulls off this win, this will be a two-parter. Does it change your opinion on him any at all? And two, do we storm the field? Tonka, you first.
It would not change my opinion of him as a head coach, because I'm like Joe G down there. I do not have the highest opinions of Bobby Petrino as a head coach. So if he wins, no, it would not change. It would not change my perception of him. What was the second part of the question?
And if we do win, do we storm the field?
I think we storm the field if weather permits. Because beating a number 4 team at home, that's storm the field worthy in my book.
Can't argue that. Joe G.
No, it doesn't change my opinion of Bobby Petrino. And I'll leave that there. And do we storm the field? I hope not. We can't even afford a head coach, let alone another $1 million penalty for storming the field. So, for the money's sake, I hope we lose. That way we don't storm the field. That way the university may be able to take a little bit of money and put it toward the next coach.
Okay. Good take. Nisha says he still got to go no matter what. So
facts, Nisha.
Nisha knows.
Go and take her shopping.
The Connor, what do you say? Does it change your opinion on him at all? And do we storm the field?
All it does for me is just, confirm that he has A&M's number. I mean, it doesn't do anything else for me the rest of the season. I mean, I guess you could say, yeah, sure, he performed great in that instance or whatever. But you got a lot more games to win before you can impress me or make me feel, change any kind of opinion I have on you right now. But with that being said, no, don't change. Don't storm the field. Don't give your check or the board of trustees or anybody up there in that program in the upper echelons of that program. Don't give any of them an excuse or a reason to blame you for why we can't hire a coach or pay players. Don't give them a reason to say that we're doing this to save money, when in reality we don't have to save money. We have the money. They're just allegedly embezzling it.
Okay. Oh, wow.
My opinion of Bobby Petrino is he's a good coach. Didn't say head coach. He's a good coach. It won't change my opinion of him, because I do think that we need new blood on the hill, and that's nothing against Bobby P himself. That's just, we want a new shiny toy up there, If they rush the field, I would be happy for the players of the team, because the players of the team have been through hell. All of them. They've been through very lows, very close, heartbreaking moments. I'd like to see them out there having fun. That's what college football is all about, having fun. That being said, there was a new rule implemented of waiting 3 minutes to rush the field, but I don't know how you stop 10,000 college students from storming the field.
Hold on, Hog Wild T. That's been debunked. First of all, you can go
No, it
back and
wasn't.
you can go and look. You can go and look. The SEC and the NCAA have both said that what Hunter Yurachek was proposing, they don't support it. Even if you give them 3 minutes, they will still fine the program $1 million, whatever the fine is now.
It's
Currently,
$500,000.
they are still going to fine you. The only thing that does is keep players from the opposing team from getting hurt. That's the only thing the clock does.
That's right. But if they storm the field, I would be happy for the players. Yes. That's about all I'd be happy for is the players, because the players deserve it more than anybody else. They put in the work and the time. Yeah, they do. They put in the time.
Being 2 and 4,
you
deserve to storm the field?
They wouldn't be 2 and 4. They'd be 3 and 4 and a top 4 win.
Let's
of an undefeated SEC rival.
The number 1 team in the SEC at that.
Yeah, I would say it's storm the field worthy if we win. No doubt in my mind. And I will also say to this is, hold on, Connor. I'll come to you.
No, you're good.
I will also say that it would move my needle a little bit towards the positive, more positive on Bobby Petrino if he comes out and we look good and we play good and we finish a game strong and take out the number 4 team. And not just for the simple fact is we're playing spoiler. That's all we're playing for, really, is just to spoil somebody else's season. And I'm tired of people coming in my house and kicking me in the teeth and then laughing and dunking basketballs and shooting fire extinguishers. I'm done with that. Not my house. We should have some more pride than that. You should defend your house, and not saying you got to win them all, but these blowouts have got to stop at home. You can't go to a hostile territory like Tennessee and Neyland Stadium or Ole Miss and lose by 3 or 1 or whatever and come home and get skull drugged by over 20 some odd points because you forget how to play when you in Donald W. Reynolds Razorbacks Stadium. That's a mouthful.
It's not even called that anymore.
Yeah, right.
It's no more.
You're right. It's that's another thing with your check. I don't know why he ain't got that changed by now, but
because he's lazy.
That's for another show. But
it's Blank Check Stadium right now. That's
yes, that's
Blank
it.
Check Stadium.
So okay, let's end the show on this one here. With a win again or a loss, we'll do another 2-parter. With a win, does it catapult us onto a little bit of a run? Or with a loss, does it just snowball and we just done for the year? Either way, give your opinion on both of those. We'll start with Connor. We'll start with you this time.
All right. So with a win, you'll wind up beating a couple teams that maybe, some of us like myself would chalk up as a loss. You'd feel better moving forward, like the Auburn game and the Texas game, because they're not looking that great. It would give you a little bit of momentum for sure to look at those games and say, okay, well, we can maybe get 4 or 5 wins this year total versus the 2 that we only currently have. So yeah, it moves the needle if you win, but at the same time, you don't know what degree that is. Because at the very same time, Arkansas could do what Arkansas does best, go out there and completely dominate the field against A&M at home and turn around and go play, Auburn next week?
Mm-hmm.
And get their teeth kicked in by 30. You never know.
That's
so.
Fact.
But the one thing that has been consistent is that if we lose this game, we lost a close one to Tennessee. Granted, it was away. It was a close game. We fought hard. If we lose to A&M at home in a close game, even in a close game, but I feel like it's going to be something that we lose by like 2 touchdowns. If we lose to A&M, we'll drop the rope again, and it'll be the rest of the season will be toast. We won't win another game. Well, I'll take it back. We may pull one out against maybe Auburn or Texas or something like that, but I don't see us getting more than 3 or 4 wins this year if we lose.
Cool. All right, Joe G.
Man, it's so hard to say. The majority of the rest of our games are at home. It's just so hard. Yes, I think it gives us momentum if we win. But what I don't think it does is this team has proven when they do something good, they completely forget about it and act like they don't know how to play the next week with turnovers and things like that. So it's so hard to say that one win, regardless of who it's against, one win can really change this team and the outcome. I think that the best thing that they need to worry about is doing something well enough this year all together as a whole, just so we have a team next year. And Bobby said it best in his interview. I'm not here to get wins. I'm here to try to reunite the fan base. He doesn't expect to win. If they do, they do. But he knows that they're ice skating uphill. And I think that if you beat Texas A&M, I think it actually sets us back more than it pushes us forward, just because we don't have the leadership or the mindset to be able to handle success on our football team.
Okay. Tonka.
Wow, that was excellent points. If Arkansas wins, I think it will help the confidence on the defensive side of the ball. I think it will help with the confidence of maybe some guys that may not have gotten some game time that may get game time at A&M. I think confidence wise, because this team needs a shot of confidence big time. So if they win, I think it'll give the team a shot of confidence. But like what my little brother was saying there is no leadership on this football team from the players. So there's nobody there to hold each other accountable to move forward as one team, right? So I don't know what kind of lasting impact that can have, other than everybody feels a little bit more confident in what the coaches are telling them. If they lose, and I'm in the camp with Connor, I think it's going to be a close-ish game, using air quotes there with the ish. But I think if A&M beats us, I think if A&M beats us by 2 or more scores, then I think the defense lets go of the rope, because what's the point? And then when the defense lets go of the rope, I think it'll just be the Auburn game before the offense lets go of the rope. And then you're looking at an interim coach that would have lost the football team within two to 3 weeks, which is unheard of. So it's kind of a 6 of one, half dozen of the other, to be honest, Sarge. You want them to win, right? Honestly, you want them to win, but you know that win ain't gonna ain't gonna extend over into the next week against Auburn, right? It's going to be a different team, a different Arkansas team is going to show up there. and it's a flip of a coin whether they're going to be good or bad, win or not, right? But if they lose, I think the defense. I think the defense just checks out for the rest of the season if they lose.
I can agree with that. That was a good take. Hog Wild, what do you say?
I think if they win, this is the one. This stretch of games, you have. If you beat Texas A&M, you got Auburn at home, and you have Mississippi State at home. Both winnable games after Texas A&M. If you can beat Texas A&M, you can beat Auburn and you can beat Mississippi State. Mississippi State's breaking down. They're losing people left and right. If they get confidence and they still show up to work, not goofing off after a win like that, thinking their shit don't stink. Excuse my language.
He was preoccupied on it. He missed it.
They could reel off some wins here. Texas is beatable. LSU's offense is god awful.
Allegedly.
Not allegedly. It is bad.
He said allegedly.
If they beat Texas A&M, it's all possible to win the rest of the games. If they have the gumption and the get up, and they can do it consistently, they could win out.
Who passed the broccoli to YT?
I haven't smoked it in 12 years.
Allegedly.
It looked like he's sitting in a car. It looked like he might be getting hotboxed.
Yeah, he's getting that second hand.
Roll window down.
I was gonna say,
YT.
hey,
Roll window down.
Say, all right, B-hole.
There it is. I saw it. I just saw it.
Well,
It's just a regular vape.
What he doesn't know is I'm hiding in his trunk right now. This is what the inside of his trunk looks like. I'm hiding in Hog Wild's trunk, allegedly.
My camera wire got pulled down.
Uh-oh. I was wondering why you weren't sitting in your usual spot.
But, it's tool time.
That's it.
I need to air something out real quick.
But I really do think they could.
Y'all are gonna have to understand something. In the Discord, moving forward, anytime B-hole is in the voice chat, y'all can bet that I'm gonna spam language.
Oh yeah.
It don't matter if he hadn't said a cuss word all day. I'm spamming it.
So I'm gonna finish on this, and I will say, I think it does push us because I agree with Hog Wild there. I believe if we win this game, Mo is a mother. We all know that. If you could get Mo to fit in the bag and you can carry him, that it will take you a long ways. In a lot of cases. The only problem that worries me is our bag is a Walmart sack and it's got a hole in it. So do we get to Auburn and Mississippi State with any Mo left in the bag if we do win at Texas A&M? And because we all know, everybody made valid points is I'm going to go back to the old statement of Arkansas. I don't know what it is, but in every sport except for maybe track, we find a way to lose. If we can't find a way to win, we find a way to lose. And till we get that fixed, and if I had my soundboard, I'd be hitting the Exercise the Demons. Joe G hit me with that.
Okay, I got you. Go ahead.
But somebody needs to come to the hill, and we need to get the priest up there with some holy water. Like somebody said this the other night too, and I couldn't agree more. We need to just be sprinkling that stuff everywhere on the campus, everywhere.
Yeah.
And we got we need somebody to come in and exercise the demons and give us this house is clean because
players and coaches gonna have to be taking a shower.
Yeah, everything. Because some reason our athletic department we play great during the regular season in most of our sports. And it just like you go back to basketball last year. If you think about it, a few plays in that game against Texas Tech, and we moving on. We had a huge lead.
Exercise the demons.
Thank you. That's exactly what we need right there. That's exactly it.
And to your point, I mean, basketball is another one, but baseball is the same thing.
Yeah,
we're one out away of continuing and going to the next game.
And 3 guys standing around and watch the ball hit the ground.
Oregon State's a hell of a baseball team.
In 2018, you're 1 out away from winning it
yes.
all. 1
yes.
out away.
Baseball.
Year, you were 1 out away from continuing and potentially going to another game that could have put you in a situation to go and play a Coastal Carolina team that LSU dominated all 3 games.
Wrong.
Yeah.
Wrong.
I mean, all I can say is cocaine a hell of a drug because it's just
during baseball season.
It just makes no sense.
What'd you say?
But
I said I take naps during baseball season.
You know what?
You are fake news.
When it's consistently the only sports, anything
to fail
in
the most
other than track that's performing at a high level.
Yeah.
At a high level until the wheel falls off at the last second.
It's crazy.
I don't want to hear nothing. We're the only thing that's been holding this thing up for the past decade.
Y'all cost more money than y'all make.
No, we don't. If you want to be honest, we are the cheapest thing in Arkansas.
That's the ultimate troll right there. You want to get Connor fired up.
They ain't making the tourney this year.
Well,
the best thing about it is that I can tell you right now, Arkansas baseball will definitely win one before the football team does.
Well, I'd hope so. They have more games to play.
Right? Yeah, but
there's only one championship
but
every
the
year.
point is, right? But the point is, it doesn't matter if it's football, basketball, baseball, tennis, women's basketball, underwater basket weaving, pole painting, lacrosse, dancing, whatever other kind of sports they have on the hill. Arkansas will find a way to snatch victory or to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. They will do it 100% of the time.
That's a fact. That is a fact.
I don't know about that, Tucker. Arkansas be running.
Yeah.
Hey, it is nice to see though that at least 1 or 2, basketball or baseball. It's at least nice to see those teams winning SEC championships. Baseball, I mean, they've won a couple now, so it's nice to be able to win at some level in the sports. But you're on the right track in basketball, obviously, and baseball. As long as you don't fumble your next coaching hire, you'll continuously, perform at a high level, and that's what you want. You don't have to win championships, every year. Obviously,
right? We just want to be relevant.
Don't get me wrong.
We just want to be relevant again.
As long as you're being talked about consistently as being a top contender in the SEC alone, that's all any of us really want. We want to be talked about week after week as saying, "Hey, look, Arkansas, they're gonna come in there and y'all can't sleep on these guys because they'll blow the doors off of you." We want that every single week, but we can't get it.
Right.
I would love to average 8 or 9 wins with the casual 10 or 11 win season.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I would take that in a heartbeat.
I'm so sick of Liberty Bowls, man. I'm done with them.
Yes. And right now, who knows?
We're undefeated in the Liberty Bowl in my lifetime.
Yeah, you're right. Mine too.
You never know if they extend out the playoff bracket or whatever to another 16 teams or something. You could make it in on a 9-win season.
That's true.
Or an 8.
Yes, that's my thing. You don't have to be
You are
super
correct, Jeff.
competitive in the SEC anymore.
I'm a Commanders fan, Jeff. I know all about that.
Yeah, I'm Hogs, Cowboys, and Cardinals. I can't pick winners. That's why I don't bet.
I picked the Houston Texans, so
Hell, I don't even know
Hey,
what.
we've never won
I
one.
feel you. I'm a lifelong Saints and Cubs fan, so I understand what it's like to
Yeah.
pull for the underdog.
I don't even know
Hey,
what
at
day
least
it
you
is
got a
sometimes.
Super
So
Bowl.
One in this,
At least you got a
the
Super
Saints
Bowl
have
in the
won
past
one
20 years.
in this. Well, that's what I'm saying. The Saints have won one in this millennium, or this century.
2009.
I mean,
Well,
yeah.
and believe me, as soon as the Saints won that Super Bowl, I went to the Bible to make sure that wasn't one of the sign of the apocalypses. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Man, just whatever they do, just please, for the love of God, just please get us somewhere where we're at least winning eight games a season in football.
You can do that with James Franklin.
I will realistically, I will take whoever it is, as long as you go
You know,
hire a coach, not Bobby P. Not
you
Bobby
laugh
P. I'm
at
not
that,
saying
man,
that.
but
Don't do
but
that.
It's
Don't do
true.
that.
it is true though.
that.
I mean,
Stop it. Get some help.
it is true. But I
I know
agree.
it's true. I know it
Arkansas.
is. But listen, man. I know I don't want Bobby P. I want a younger guy.
Yeah, I'd rather have a younger up and comer too. You know, I agree with some youth in them that got some fresh new ideas and fresh new defenses and offensive coordinators and stuff. I could go a year or maybe even two with a guy building a program that's showing promise and be okay with that. What I can't do is another Sam Pittman type deal where we come in and we're 6-6 every year and go into a Liberty Bowl. That's you can't do that.
Or Chad Morris.
Yes, or even worse, a Chad Morris.
Have one good season,
Well,
extend him for
you
5
know,
years, and
I
he
like
just
a Golish.
underperforms all the way through.
Yes, a Golish would be nice. I
well,
wouldn't.
you know, with this next coaching hire, something that all college football fans have to keep in mind: the college landscape has changed big time. NIL has changed college football, and this is how it's changed college football. Not everybody is now stacked three deep with 5-star everybody's, right?
Right.
Nobody has, Alabama no longer has three deep roster, right? College football, Georgia struggles to keep a two deep healthy. Look what's happening at Mississippi State. You know, Mississippi State actually has quite a bit of good players, but depth wise, the depth isn't the same in college football as it has been before NIL. And you can say, well, yeah, but what you can have over 100 people on your team now. That doesn't matter because the quality of starters now are spread out more evenly across everywhere. So everybody's basically playing with the same team if you have two deep, solid two deep, then you're ahead of the game. So college football has changed. So whoever Arkansas brings in, they're going to have to be somebody that can do a lot with a little because everybody is working with a little.
Yeah.
Coach Sig.
Yeah. Yeah. That dude is.
Can't afford that.
He's going off the chain.
Sarge, I got one question, and this is kind of like a would you rather situation.
Okay, go ahead.
So you got three options here. You got to hire, a cut, and a no call list. Your three coaches out of this that you can pick from are Bobby P, James Franklin, and Golish. Which one do you hire? Which one do you cut out of your hiring situation, and which one do you not even call?
Ooh,
Is that if we want success now or down the road or consistent success?
This is something that you're done with the trying to get a program built back up in 1 year or whatever. This is a coach that you're going to bring in. You're going to give him 3 seasons minimum to try to bring this team back into relevancy.
Tonka.
Well, the option for me would be clear. You hire Golish, you don't even call Bobby, and you cut Franklin. That is that the three options? Did I get the three options right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And I can even throw another one in there. Another
Everybody
name.
got quiet.
You could, just to make it interesting, you can throw another name in there for the no call list, just so you can whatever. But you can throw John Summerall in there too. So just to mix it up and make it a little bit more interesting. So you got John Summerall, Golish, uh, James Franklin, and Bobby Petrino.
Is money an option?
No, you've got a $50 million budget, $50 million plus.
So in other words, no, money is not an option.
No, not an option at all.
We're not worried about money. You can just one of those three guys. You got to do one of the three things.
It has to be one of those four.
Yeah, it has to be one of those specific four. I mean, I can throw a different name in there, but those are the four that are being talked about the most in this regard.
No more, because I got a smooth brain. Remember, I can't remember all these names.
Yeah.
Oh, Jeff says Dan Mullen. Oh, he want to throw another one in there. That's a good one too, though.
If money's not an option, then Signetti should be your only coach outside of Ryan Day, Dan Lanning, or Nick Saban himself. If money's not an option, then it's got to be one of those four. Bobby definitely falls on the no call list. And I think between Golish and Franklin, you better do some homework. And I think one of them's going to get you better product on the field, and the other one's going to coach the product you got better. I think Golish is the better coach, but Franklin's proven to take a team that's a lot worse off than what Arkansas is. And at Vandy, second year, 9-win season, 10-win seasons, year 2 at Penn State. And that was after the Sandusky scandal. So they lost scholarships. They lost everything. And he still went up there and won 10 games in year 2 at Penn State. So as far as being able to put a team together on the fly, you'd have to. You can't really. I don't know how you just discredit Franklin if that's what you're looking for, but it's really hard to not, put Golish in the conversation just because he's a football coach. And because Signetti's not really an option, as far the best coach in your deal is probably going to be Signetti. If for some reason you don't hire him, Franklin's your only option. The other two you don't even call.
Yeah,
that's just me. I ain't no rocket doctor or nothing. So.
Oh, wow.
Well, it was what'd you say? Summerall, Franklin,
and Petrino.
Golish, and
started
Petrino.
Out. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Started out with 3, but I added in.
I'm gonna go ahead and cut. I'm gonna go ahead and cut Petrino, or not cut, but put him on the no call list or what have you. I'm gonna hire Summerall because the dude just knows ball. He's built teams out of nothing and turned them into something. He's gonna have to get rid of that OC though, because I don't want no Chad Morris OCs here.
Look at there. There's Mo coming in. Mo, hold on a second. Oh, wow, I'll let you get right back to that. Mo,
that was good, Mo.
I seriously thought this was Thursday night, bro. You missed that part of the podcast where I goofed. I did not know this was your night regularly, bro. So I apologize, man. This was supposed to be Thursday, and literally I thought today was Thursday. So I just wanted to let you know I'm not trying to step on your toes, bro. You know that. Go ahead,
Allegedly.
Wow. Yeah, no, there's no allegedly to that. You good now?
But
Oh man,
if you bring in Summerall, you also hire Golish to be your offensive coordinator.
I get behind it.
Golish was the offensive coordinator for Tennessee with Hendon Hooker. That's an offensive coordinator that has beaten Nick Saban's Alabama team.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. And I would say an offensive coordinator from a head coach at USF to an offensive coordinator to the SEC would actually be a job upgrade.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would agree with that. I know I said this a little while ago, but if come on, smooth brain, work for me. Okay. Anyway, I'll answer the damn question before I go because I forgot mine.
Language.
I'm gonna no call Petrino. I'm going to cut Franklin and I'm gonna hire Goldish too. So yeah, that was my three because you're right. Hogwild's right. Dude knows ball. He says because he's on the lettuce. But
Not on the lettuce.
No, she said Tonka's been quiet, and I said it's because he's on the lettuce.
This is actually just a regular nicotine vape, by the way.
Yeah, we know.
Just a troll over here.
Yeah. I wouldn't
Allegedly.
I wouldn't put that on the free world air, but
No, definitely not.
I mean, there is 13 people watching us right now, so one of them could be Big Brother, so you never know.
You could be seeing Tunka's mugshot next week,
right? And I don't want to have
hope they don't join the Discord.
But we'll do the last round table for the night since it's gonna be 10:30. That'll put us right about we hit the 3 hour mark, so we're right at 3 hours. So I think I appreciate all 13 of you. It's been bouncing between 13 and 19 for the whole time. So I appreciate everybody in the chat that is stuck with us the whole time. We outdid the likes are 22, and we've had the highest we've had in is 19. So if you come in and just hit the like button and bounced, I appreciate it because it still helps. Every little bit helps. Mo, if you go back and watch the beginning of the podcast, bro, I gave you some love in the beginning of the podcast for helping me get to where I'm at right now.
Just skip the first 5 minutes because his audio wasn't.
Yeah.
Audioing.
Yeah, I was Arkansas-ing myself, but I do got much love for you, bro, for helping me get to where I'm at, and I look forward to bigger and better things. But if
Hey, Sarge.
my question again. Yeah, go ahead. Thanks for the rescue there because I forgot my question.
Well, you can, if you want to collect it or figure it out, I can answer my own question.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, because it'll come back to me when you start talking. Hopefully.
Okay. So, I'm a John Summerall fan just because I get that he inherited Tulane or whatever. If you want to use that, sure, but he didn't inherit the Temple job. And he took them from going like 0-2 and or like
Troy
in their conference and 0-4 or whatever, or in conference or whatever. He had a terrible Temple team, and took those teams to 11-1 and 12-0, and now he's doing the same thing at Tulane, even though they say he's inherited it. He can build a program from the ground up, And yes, I like that goalish idea of the offensive coordinator spot. So I definitely do something like that. Um, and if we're doing that kind of scheme, I might go steal the defensive coordinator from either Alabama or Georgia in that regard. Just so we can say, hey, look, give it a full, like a triple, give it a Triton spear or something, in that regard, and then just let those guys, because they're all good recruiters, every one of them, just to let them go out there and get what they want. Um, and then on top of that, I guess for my other coaches or whatever, obviously I'm not calling Bobby P. I'm obviously not going to be calling James Franklin, even though I'll give him some looks or give it, I'll give it a deep dive to see if I really want him or whatever. But I don't think that I would actually, you know, take James Franklin. I get that he's a good program builder, um, but if you have that kind of budget and you go with a guy like that and it doesn't pan out, it doesn't look it's not as good of a saving grace to say, oh well, you know, we did everything we could with James Franklin versus saying, oh, we did everything we could with a 40-year-old up and comer and gave him, all the tools he needed. It looks better on paper to do it that way than it does to go with James Franklin, who just got fired at Penn State for uh, losing to UCLA.
Clint Bryant,
Hey,
man,
there we go.
appreciate that subscription, bro. Thank you.
And I think he lost to Northwestern, so that's my answer for that.
If I could choose any coach, you know who I'd get if the budget's not the issue?
I'd love to go
I'd go
get
get
Cignetti,
Dan.
obviously.
I'd go get Dan Campbell from the New York Lions, or not the New York Lions. Good lord,
Detroit Lions, you mean?
That's
Detroit Lions.
I'm telling you.
That's it back.
Broccoli.
The
If you
Detroit
could,
Lions.
if you could, genuinely speaking, if it wasn't a question, you could go ask a coach and hire whoever it was. It didn't matter. Why not go get somebody like that, or like an Andy Reid or a Dan Land? Go get one of the top coaches anywhere and bring him in.
Because Dan Campbell could recruit.
Yeah.
I'm kind of with Jeff on this one. I think that you get your boosters together before you offer anybody, and you say, listen, what money are we going to use? How much do we got? And if they say, well, we can give you 50, we'll just say 50 million, since that's what, Connor was throwing out. The university needs to make a statement. I got $50 million to anybody who wants to coach a winning team. And let the coaches come to you. And that's going to show you real quick. For one, you're going to have a bunch of people that don't deserve to be the coach when you're talking that kind of money. But it's going to be easy to separate the thorns and the thistles from the wheat when you do something like that. Because there's going to be coaches that... And I still believe Cignetti's a possibility. And I know that people say money wise, Arkansas's got the money to go pay a coach $11 million a year. We got enough money at Arkansas within the boosters to have a top 3, top 5 highest paid coach in college football. So why aren't we doing that? Well, I mean, they either don't want to win at a university level. They don't want to win that much as a booster level because the money's there. The money's there. We have 12 boosters at the University of Arkansas that clear profit $250 million a year, and they average donating $20 to $25 million a year. So their boosters are literally donating 1% as a group to the university. If they donated 10% to the university, you're talking about $50 million a year. And that's still, them together, that still don't make a hill of beans. I mean, that's chunk change for our boosters. So if you don't, even if it's not a possibility, if you're not calling Cignetti, hey, I'll give you $11 million right now. If you, when the season's over with, if you come down here and coach at Arkansas, if he tells you no, he tells you no. But I'm going to be honest, he ain't never going to be here if you don't offer him. Make those type of guys tell you no. Make them turn your $11 million a year down. Don't just assume that they don't want to come.
Joe G, I would take it one step further and say, listen, to the guy like Signetti, I would call him and say, name your price to what you would want to come here. And if he
100%.
gives you something to say, hey, I'll come here for $15 million, negotiate with the guy. I obviously know you don't want to pay a guy $15 million to come coach for you or whatever, but negotiate. Say, look, we don't feel comfortable giving you $15 million, but we could give you $12 million. And we could throw in an extra $3 million on top of whatever you need in NIL to get kids to come play for you. We can negotiate with a guy.
We'll tell him, so we'll give you $15 million, but 10 of it's to you, and then we'll give you $5 million to get your 2 coordinators, and then the school can give you the other 1.2, 1.5 to fill in the rest of your staff.
Yeah.
But until we're willing to pay, $1.5 to $2.5 million for coordinators and $10 million plus for a head coach, y'all, we ain't never gonna get anything more than what we already got.
Nope.
Yeah.
You at least got to make those phone calls. Don't just assume, oh, we're Arkansas, nobody wants to come here, because somebody always wants to come here.
Yeah.
The university sells itself short, and we can sit here and come up with a million different reasons why. They're greedy, they don't want to spend it, they're not real smart. Coaches don't want to be here. Whatever you want to make. But I've yet to see the only attempt that I've seen of actually bringing a proven football coach that could turn this program around. And we know he was on campus, but we don't have a clue what that conversation about. So,
okay, wait a minute. My question just come back, and I gotta get it out before I lose it.
Go.
There you go.
Why is it that even nationally, even in state and nationally, why is it that Arkansas or what makes Arkansas not one of those desirable jobs for a head coach? Why do we have to go chasing head coaches, and we're not a place where head coaches come to us like you are saying? Why ain't we got coaches coming to us? What is wrong with Arkansas to make us not be that place?
I just don't think that we're making I don't think that guys don't want to come here. I mean, it's easy to say guys don't want to come here when you ain't calling and asking if they want to show up. Instead of calling a Nick Saban, you call a Sam Pittman. Why?
All right, Mo, we appreciate you, brother, for coming through. Get you some rest, man.
The better question is not why aren't they coming, but why aren't we calling?
But why aren't they not calling us?
Would you call Arkansas after everything they've proven to do in the last years?
Well, that's my point. What is the problem with Arkansas? What are we doing?
It's got to deal with the main thing, I think, is that if you want a successful coach, you want a coach to come in and really come to you and say, hey, I'd like to come coach for you, you got to come off of that wallet. You got to pay them. You get what you pay for. If you're going to pay $6 million for a coach, you're going to get a $6 million coach, and that's going to be a 6-6 program. If you're going to
you've got to throw out $1 million per win. If you want a 10-win season, you better go get a $10 million a year coach. We get 6-win season coaches because we pay $6 million a year.
So what you're saying is Arkansas isn't the high dollar girl on the street. She the budget girl.
No. What we are is we're the A+ Donald Trump type woman, but we don't. When somebody comes up and says, "Hey, I like that. I'll give you the money. I'll come there for that," and you're like, you're not cute enough, so we're not going to give you that money.
Yeah.
It's that indecisive girl that you asked to prom, and she said yes, and then you show up to pick her up, and the starting quarterback's driving off with her in his car.
I also think that we realistically, all what we really do a lot is we just like to put lipstick on a pig and call it good. I mean, realistically, if you like, what did we do after Chad Morris? We went and hired a coach that had no head coaching experience to try to save money to go get a head coach, and then when he performed one good time in one season out of his tenure, we extended the man. Putting
Right.
lipstick on a pig and calling it good. You can't do that.
Okay, let's go. Let the
On
guys at the
Trey-
top. Hog
So-
Wild, go ahead. You've been sitting there quietly.
On Trey Biddy's podcast, he said that he does have somebody in the know up there, and he said that they do have a package to nail a coach, and they've had coaches contact. There's coaches interested. They said the job is more appealing than when Chad Morris had. They thought it was. Most coaches thought it was a location problem, like at Arkansas, like the university wasn't nice or whatever, Turns out it's not that. It's a athletic department problem. So that has to get fixed. Even Trey Biddy's saying that the athletic department itself has to get fixed before we can nail a surefire winner at head coach.
Makes sense. Tonka, you finish this out.
So, from a coach's point of view, when you go to take a college job, one, you want to be in a target rich environment, meaning you want recruits to be close by, okay? Because you save a lot of time and effort when you don't have to travel halfway across the world to meet with a deep snapper, okay? Arkansas as a state does not offer that because Arkansas as a state does not produce many true Division I athletes. And that's an Arkansas high school issue. Okay. So that means you have to go to St. Louis, you have to go to Kansas City, you have to go to Oklahoma, you have to go to Texas heavily. You have to go across the river of Mississippi. You got to sneak across the border into Tennessee. And then who are you recruiting against when you go to those states? Well, when you go to Texas, you're butting horns against the Longhorns, against Texas A&M, now against SMU, against TCU, against
Texas
Baylor, against Rice, even of all teams. When you go to Mississippi, you're fighting against Ole Miss and Lane Kiffin. You're fighting against what's his name? Jeff Levy in Mississippi State. When you try to steal talent out of Tennessee, you're butting horns with Tennessee. You're butting horns with Vanderbilt. You're butting horns with Memphis. And it is a hard sell to those kids. Now this is pre-NIL, okay? Even in those days, it was a hard sell to get kids to come. That's why Arkansas historically only had really good teams when the state had a bumper crop of D1 talent. Because otherwise, Arkansas was basically stuck with the hand-me-downs from the state of Texas. If we were lucky, we got hand-me-downs from the state of Louisiana, right? But now NIL has come along, so now the coach is saying, okay, target-rich environment is still very important, okay? But now what resources do I have to go get these guys?
Right.
So now Arkansas has two strikes against it because you're not in a target-rich environment as far as recruits go, because you're not. There's maybe 5 or 6 kids out of the state of Arkansas every year, maybe. That's true SEC D1 talent.
Yeah, me and Hog Wild looked at that one night, and it was like 8 on average. And
you can't build a team on 8 guys a year.
And that wasn't like high 4-star and above talent. That was 2-3 stars and below, really, for the most part.
Right. Well, the star system you throw out the window because that's all propaganda anyway.
I agree.
But you're still stuck going to Louisiana. You're still stuck going to Missouri, Tennessee, the surrounding states, right?
Yeah.
And then you're still facing the same thing, but now instead of just convincing a kid to come to Arkansas because, hey, Arkansas is a great place, now the conversation is, come to Arkansas because I can pay you X amount. And when the university has proven time and time and time again over the last 6 years that they will not support a football program the correct way, why would any coach want to come to said organization knowing that step one, your first day on the job, the university is going to cut your legs out from underneath you?
Yeah, I agree.
So you can pay me all the money in the world you want, but until you show me you have a support system in place that proves you are committed to winning, then I don't want nothing to do with you. And I guarantee you the coaches that are looking at Arkansas are all G5 coaches.
Yeah. Okay, Jeff, we're going to answer this question. Everybody get a minute to answer this question because he did make a scenario here. He said, check this out. Mark Stoops fired at Kentucky. Arkansas hires Bob Stoops from the UFL. Bob gets his brother for DC. Kentucky has had great defenses. Bob was an offensive genius. So basically, how would you like having the Stoops brothers here running as head coach and coordinator, DC? We'll start with you, Hog Wild. 1 minute. You got it.
So let me get this right. We want Bob Stoops, who is dominant at Oklahoma and who has failed in the UFL, has a sub 500 winning record. Mark Stoops, when Mark Stoops was great at Kentucky, is when he had support. He doesn't have support now. That's why his teams look bad. Mark Stoops is one of the most winningest coaches in Kentucky football history. That's a fact. He's a good coach if he has support. That's why he had what did he have? 2 10-win seasons, and then he fell off because they stopped funding him. There you go. Bob Stoops is super old too. He's the same age as Bobby. He's 65.
I agree, but I think that if you do the Stoops thing, I'm not going to be opposed to it to an extent. If you bring those guys in, Mark Stoops can recruit, and he's always got a good defense. And like you said, he always needs that one thing or that one piece to help bring his teams up and give them that, I guess, like a booster shot, if you will. That's another scenario where you go get like a guy like a Golish and rock it that way, because genuinely speaking, Bob Stoops is not going to coach very much longer with it as you know where he's at currently. So whatever you do, know that if you hire Bob Stoops as your head coach, it's not a long term solution. He's there for 2, 3, 4 years max, and then you're looking to either bump the OC up, the DC up, or hire a new coaching staff entirely. So if you do the Stoops brothers, you either hire you an OC that's going to take over for him when he retires, or you just go ahead and say, "Hey, look, we'll hire Mark, but if we hire Mark, we're not going to hire Bob. We're just gonna hire Mark and go with an OC that we feel can pick up the slack for Mark."
Good take, Joe G.
This one's. I don't think it's definitely.
I
not
mean,
a
and you got to think
idea.
of this too. He made a good point. He said that college is way different than the NFL, and we all know Saban failed in the NFL. And so it doesn't mean you're a bad college coach. It just, just keep that in mind too.
I like this question.
I think the biggest question mark in that is how much money are they going to ask? Because I think that
if we got $50 million, then I mean we should be able to get
if money's not an option, then I don't think that that's the direction you go, because I think you can go get a better head coach if money's not an option. And I know that this guy doesn't
Yeah,
come.
well, just stick to
but
these guys in this scenario. I know what you're
with
saying,
Mark
though.
and Bobby, have they ever coached together? Have they ever been on the same staff anywhere? Do we know that?
I don't know off the top of my head. Tonka, you said they did. Oklahoma.
They were both on the staff at Oklahoma.
Yeah, and Oklahoma was balling.
I mean, yes, I think that that's something that you can definitely consider. But I think that you've got to get a couple position coaches, a quarterback coach and a defensive position coach that can step up and take a coordinator position if one of them leaves and you wanted to move the other one to a head coach position. If you put a Coach O on the defensive staff or D line or something, to where if one of them stepped down and the other one went up, you've already got a qualified staff to be a coordinator. I think that would be a decent decision. But if you can't get the right pieces around him, like what he said, if they don't get the right support, then it's just going to be another mediocre hire. You're going to have to give them everything they need. Now, if you do, I think they can win. But
got a coaching staff of geriatrics out there.
We all be coaching on hover rounds.
Allegedly.
Not allegedly. They all old.
All right, Tonka, take us home, brother.
Okay, so let's say those are the hires, and let's even go a step further and say they have all the support in place that they need. Okay, let's go ahead and say that. Let's paint the perfect scenario. What you would get, Arkansas fan, is this: an outdated offense that every defense in the world will be able to shut down. In other words, the same thing we're going through this year with Bobby Petrino. But on the flip side, man, you're going to have a fantastic defense. That's what you have.
All right, can't argue that. On that note, fellas,
get to Holiday.
We have gone exactly 3.5 hours on the button. So great job. I appreciate y'all for hanging in for the first show. Now that I know it's Tuesday, I won't do a show Thursday night probably because I won't have enough time to get everything ready. But I will probably be hitting it Sunday night at 7:30. And we will discuss what we watched on Saturday, either that debacle or the miracle. So if you guys, more than welcome to come back for podcast number 2. And I hope we had a successful night, and I hope everybody was entertained. And I can't tell you guys how much I appreciate everybody coming and showing some love on my first ever podcast on my own. Jeff, you had some great takes tonight. Make sure you keep coming, bro. Seawall, appreciate you, man. Transplanted, always you that rock, bro. As soon as I can figure out how to make you an admin, you'll be the admin in my chat. So if you're gonna be here, you can help corral some of these wild younglings. And
language.
Yes.
Are you not entertained?
There it is.
Are you not entertained?
I will have my soundboard working by the next podcast. I promise.
Another Sparrow to run up behind Joe G.
Another soundboard that you should definitely get is like if you have a troll in the comments and you need him booted, you can just do "This is Sparta."
Yeah.
No, I got this one for B-hole, y'all. I just didn't want to play it earlier.
My God, are you still talking?
Yeah. I got one especially for you too, Connor.
I think that one should have went with Scout King, but I really
I got one for you and Scout King that I downloaded exactly for you and Scout King.
I gotta hear it. No, hold on, wait, whoa. For me and Scout King.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm not as bad as Scout King.
No, well, I mean, we'll see. We'll see if you get the button pushed. We will see if you get the button pushed on you.
I'll admit it. I'm long-winded, but I'm not no Scout King.
But
I will. I'm gonna dip out of here, y'all. Y'all have a great night. Sarge, thanks for having me on.
Good luck on your surgery tomorrow, Joe G, and we will keep you in our prayers, and we'll see you when you get healed up, and you know you got a spot here.
Well, I'll see you in chat Thursday, and I'll depending on how sane I am tomorrow evening, I'm at least gonna try to stop in and say hi to everybody in Mo's pod tomorrow.
Well, good.
Go ahead and call in on them painkillers.
Yeah, right.
I'm doing my best.
Hey, Joe, just when you go into surgery, be sure to check the knuckles of the surgeon, and if they have a tattoo that spells "born loser," run.
Hey, he's gonna wake up saying Dubai was lit.
If you call in Thursday and you're on some painkillers, I can't wait. It'll be just like Sarge, but it'd be a lot worse. You'll be thinking Thursday is actually, hump day or something.
I can't believe that's going to be on the internet for the rest of my life now.
I will definitely be in a neck
You can
brace.
delete it if you want.
Nope.
And I'll be in a hospital for the
I
next
ain't hiding from
hours,
it.
So.
But all right, gentlemen, I appreciate y'all. I'm going to close out after we go on here at the end, and we'll see y'all Sunday at 7:30 if you want to come on back.
Make it short and just put Crazy Man forgot what day it was.
That's it. Wait till you see my next thumbnail. I'll be like Joe Biden.
We'll be here, Sarge.
I don't even know what he said. I don't even think he knew what he
right?
said.
That's a fact. So, all right. Appreciate y'all, fellas.
Sir.
Later.
It was an honor, Sarge.
I appreciate you, Tonka. All right, everybody in the chat, I appreciate y'all again one more time, Clint. I hope we are talking about an upset, brother. I really do. Jeff, again, I appreciate you coming through and sticking with the whole night, man. You had some great takes. Seawall, transplanted, doing his thing. Miss Kathy, Mo coming through. I mean, it was the chat was good tonight. Nisha for opening night. I cannot complain. I wouldn't anyway, but it just shows that the family, Miss Kathy, and everybody. If I miss somebody, I'm sorry, but just know that I appreciate you coming through, and it's only going to get better from here. And I will say this: this is going to be a podcast that you're going to laugh. You know, it's informal, it's off the cuff, and it's just we're here to have fun. So if you want to be entertained and spend a few hours, laughing and hearing people's opinion, then this is where you want to be. So I appreciate it again. And on that note, you are all dismissed.